know who and where they'll be playing in their first ever Super Regional. It'll take place June 6th through the 9th as they head to Jackie Robinson Stadium in Los Angeles to face off against UCLA in a best-of-3 series. In the Women's College World Series, the Texas Longhorns punched their ticket to the finals with a 2-0 win over that other orange team with a T, Tennessee. They'll face Texas Tech, who beat OU 3-2 with a walk-off in the bottom of the 7th. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning, everybody. How we doing? It's the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm AJ, joined as always by Mr. Rob Thompson. Good morning, Rob. You're wearing my favorite shirt today.
Oh, all right.
Oh, yes. I like that. I like the cock on your shirt.
Yeah, well, I got two of them.
Yeah, double cocks.
Well, there's more than that.
You've got
you can
more
only
than
see two of them.
Oh, there's gotcha. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
They're crowned with flowers.
They are. Follow us on YouTube, and you will see for yourself.
That's right.
Right here.
That's right.
Yeah, it is my. I'm meeting with a client today. Got fancy.
Oh.
Got fancy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put a little cock on your chest.
That's how I roll.
That's a good shirt. What's the brand of that shirt? You don't even know, do you?
No, I do. Howler.
I like that
Howler
shirt,
Brothers.
man. That's a good shirt.
You know what? So I'm watching.
Is that in dedication to your dead chickens?
This shirt, okay, I got it. We wore it to. I don't wear it very often. I wore it to go see Willie.
Yep.
In the L.A. Bowl, and then I've worn it on a couple of other occasions. But this shirt is now notable.
Yeah.
It is now famous for one thing that I did not see coming.
What's that?
And I want you to go back and watch the finale of the Fabulous Gemstones.
I saw it.
Stifler.
Yeah, I saw it.
Wearing this shirt.
I saw it. Yeah.
Taking everybody out wearing this shirt.
I saw it.
So legendary now. This shirt now has blood on it.
Yep.
Took out. Well, no gemstone died in the making.
If I were, if that's the kind of shirt. If one day I do get a cowboy hat, that's the kind of shirt I'm going to wear with it. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to look. I'm going to look badass, man. You guys wait.
The shirt that Stifler wore to take out the gemstone kids.
You guys wait, man. I'm going to look so cool.
Well, I saw that. I thought, wow, legendary. Now this shirt has attained a status of which I've never had.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
TV
shirt. It's a TV shirt.
It's a TV shirt. It's a
TV
prop.
Shirt. It's a fancy TV shirt.
It's a prop.
Somebody like in the wardrobe department went and saw this shirt and said, this guy, whoever wears this, probably killed 2 or 3 preacher kids.
Yeah.
Said, and picked it out. And I already had it.
Oh, yeah. You were
I'll take
ahead
out pre-K, too. I'll take one out.
You were ahead
I want to date their daughters first, but
you were ahead of the game.
I was way ahead of the game.
Before that episode even aired.
Well, I knew about
that's
Preacher's
Rob's
Kids.
shirt.
Well, I knew about Preacher's Kids early on, too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're the worst.
See, young men, date you a preacher's daughter.
Good luck.
They want to prove a point.
Yeah, they do.
They all got a point to prove.
Yeah.
And Daddy was wrong.
They've been held down.
They've been held back and withheld.
And now they're looking for a man.
And all you PKs out there, you know what I'm talking about.
They're looking for a man with a couple roosters on his shirt.
A couple of roosters and a little wild side. You real cowboy?
That's right.
Depends on what you think a real cowboy is, darling.
Yeah. Oh, what a line that would be.
That's from Urban Cowboy.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I wish I was that brilliant.
Man.
To quote the great John Travolta.
You sound cool when you say it, though.
Well,
I think if I said that, it wouldn't sound that cool.
I would have took Pam over Sissy.
But honestly,
Pam and the money and all. What was it? Daddy does oil and all that implies.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, darling.
But I want to go with Sissy.
Vic, I think the reason it sounded so cool is because he's wearing that rooster shirt.
Well,
son of a
say that
bitch.
all
That's
like
a powerful shirt, man.
it's got the Kavorka.
That's a powerful shirt. I had maybe the worst night of sleep I've had in years. I slept at the new house last night. The new house.
Well, congratulations. Got the house.
Thanks, got the house.
Well, right now it's more like a cave.
Yes. Now,
No
right.
furniture
cavern.
in there yet.
No
really?
furniture. Well,
Does it echo in the house a lot?
dude,
Or the whole
the whole thing echoes. And I was like, well, the one, and my son, I got a 13-year-old boy who's like, please, let's just stay at the new house. I want to stay in my room.
It's like glamping.
Did you take Blueberry with you?
Yep, the dogs and the cat are there.
Nothing
Okay.
to dead the sound of the dog's nails running through the house.
No, they're crashed out. They ain't running around.
Okay.
Although my shepherd did in the middle of the night open up the door to the room I was sleeping in.
That'll creep you out.
And
That'll wake you up.
Yeah, it's just, and I'm like laying there, barely sleeping. And one thing I do have at my new house is a gun, and I'm thinking, am I gonna have to grab my gun day one? But then I said,
Day one with the gun. All right.
I said,
Welcome to San Antonio.
I wasn't even.
I want to point out the fact that where you're living. What? Well, you don't need a gun. What are you worried about? A deer stumbling into your backyard eating your roses?
It's habitual.
Oh, okay.
But,
dude, you're safe. Trust me. The neighborhood you're in, you ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
You're fine.
But before
Unless you live next to John Redcorn, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah, it's a whole other.
Because before I rolled over, I said Holden, and he didn't answer. And
Oh man!
and that's when I was like,
Oh, here we go.
And then I heard her little jingle, and I said, okay, well,
Stand down.
unless
Stand down.
unless an intruder is wearing a dog collar, which I mean, I guess that'd be a way to fool me now. You know what I mean? Like,
it's just a dog, right? And then,
Let me tell you.
is that your wet nose, or are you happy
That's
to
what I'm
steal?
saying.
that's awful.
But yeah, we have there's only one piece of furniture in the entire house right now. I borrowed my brother's truck yesterday,
Okay.
which, by the way, is like obnoxiously big.
Good. You don't need it.
You can't park it anywhere. It's a
one of those.
it's one of those.
F-250?
You want a big moose?
It's a F-350.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
It's a tank.
Is it a dually?
No, but
Oh.
it's got like it's got the tires that are like
Yeah.
3 feet wide.
Super loud on the road.
Yeah, it's a diesel. I mean, it's a gigantic
It's a man's
truck.
truck. It's a man's truck.
It's a man's truck.
That's a highway truck. is
But
what that is.
it's more truck than any normal person
Yeah,
needs.
Need.
But which means it's
Need.
a bitch to park anywhere. But and I was like, yeah, I'll take a couple things of furniture over. What I didn't anticipate was my 13-year-old kid ain't helping me haul anything down
I
3
was gonna
flights of
say,
stairs.
It's a valiant effort.
So my brother's going to come by today, and we're going to take my mattress and a couple other things over, so I can get some sleep tonight.
Thank you for not asking.
Yeah,
Thank you for
listen,
not
man, I try not to. But the one piece of furniture in the house is a piece of furniture that got left, like it came with the house. There's a theater room in the house, so it's got a big couch that goes all along the wall of the room. It is the worst sleeping couch in the history of time.
That's why they left it.
History of time.
why
I
they
think
left
so.
it.
That's why they left it.
I think
Couch
so.
sucks.
Oh, it's trash. Trash, I say. Might be good for sitting. I don't know. I haven't sat on it.
Is
But
it a recliner?
It's
So
got
it has the lumps?
it's
or is
got
it just-
like 4 reclining seats.
Oh, yeah, you
and
can't
like,
lay on those. You got the
Oh,
lumps.
no,
Yeah,
those are-
it's like laying on a park bench or a bus
Oh,
bench.
that's what exactly what it was
No,
like.
dude, I wouldn't even have tried that.
Yeah, so it was
No.
miserable last
Man,
night.
see, I wouldn't even be able to walk if I tried to sleep on that today. I'd come in here looking like the Elephant Man.
Well, I came. Yeah. I'm a human being. I know.
Talking to Garrett. Jason Garrett be popping me like a pretzel. Crack, crack, crack.
Doc, what's it mean when my shoulder blade is coming out of my mouth?
How did I wake up like this?
Is it weird that my clavicle is in my throat? I don't understand how it got there,
Could
but
you help me?
The whole right side of my body'd be numb.
yeah,
Just like-
so I got here today and I disappeared for about 30 minutes. I'm sure you guys thought I was dropping a deuce.
no, after
I-
about
was gonna
15, I
say,
know
man,
exactly what you. I thought you were either settling a cat fight outside,
No, I thought you ate watermelon.
and then I walked, and then I went out to get my 5 hours and saw the camera, and I didn't see anything going on in the observatory. And then
Oh,
I thought,
yeah.
bathroom, no, you've been gone too long. And then I realized where you had gone.
Yeah,
to-
I find a place
and that's
to,
not much more comfortable.
no.
That just tells you where you've been.
No, normally I'll go sleep on the couch in the lobby.
That's where I thought you were.
But I left my phone key or my wallet and chapstick and keys in here, so
I couldn't get back in.
I wouldn't have been able to get back in. So instead of coming in here like a normal person and just getting the keys, I slept on the ground in the studio, the old studio.
See, that's not any better.
It actually was a little bit better.
That's something you had to have picked up in basic training. That's Ranger stuff there.
I mean,
if you'd have told me, you know what?
All of us were in the military. We can
no,
sleep anywhere,
not us Air
anytime.
Force types. No, I can.
Anywhere.
I learned in the Air Force how to sleep sitting at my desk.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other skill.
I became very good at sleeping in uncomfortable places.
No,
I say that as
go lay down on the floor.
I say that as last night. I couldn't sleep because my stupid recliner couch was no
Well, I don't
good,
know why
so.
you didn't sleep as a recliner.
You know what? I thought of that.
what
I thought of that this morning.
It's kind of an Aggie move.
Yeah, I probably should have done that.
But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
You won't. So today, you need like an air mattress. I have a few.
No, today the plan is go to my apartment and take a nap, and then have my brother meet me there, and we're gonna haul my mattress over to the new place.
And the young one, you're just gonna leave him in a bare room.
Yeah.
I would too.
Yeah, well, his bed is on a truck
make a
somewhere
tent.
between Nevada and here, but he's got like a mat, like a
yoga mat.
No, it's like it's like probably a foot thick, like a sleeping mat. Like it folds up and
Really?
Yeah. We bought it when
Not an air mattress.
No, it's made out of foam.
It like folds into three.
Folds into
I've
three,
seen
yeah.
it,
Yeah, so we got it when he was staying with me the first time, and he slept.
He's kidding, man.
He'll sleep
sleep on the
anywhere.
stairs.
It's whatever for him. But and I thought about it in the middle of the night. I was like, dude, I'm gonna wake this kid up and tell him to come sleep on this raggedy ass couch. I'm gonna sleep on that mat.
Yeah, you'd be hanging off. On
About a
it'd
foot
be
and a
more
half off the
uncomfortable.
mat,
Yeah.
but whatever. So all right, enough bitching from me for a day.
Man, your next month is going to be. I don't know where anything is.
Yeah,
That's going to be the first thing. When everything arrives, you're not going to know where anything is.
Oh, I know.
For about 2 weeks, you're not going to find anything.
I moved all the stuff from my my bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got all my stuff from my apartment bathroom is now in my house bathroom, but
Don't get organized yet because
none of it's organized.
oh yeah,
So this morning, found my toothbrush, found some toothpaste. Things are going well. What I didn't find was my my medication. So
Oh, you can't have steak?
I might have a horrific gout flare up sometime today if I don't get home and find it.
this is the wrong time, my brother. You might want to go mainline some of that stuff.
I know.
You might want to. If the gout starts kicking in the day before move in.
Oh, well, that would be convenient. I just say, babe, you're gonna have to do this.
Yeah, I'm not sure which is worse.
You're gonna have to take care of this move without me.
One,
I'm having a gout flare
One, you
up.
have horrible pain for 3 days. The other is horrible pain for 6 months.
Yeah, I don't need either, quite frankly.
Yeah,
so
so
that'll
take
be
your
on my
medication,
agenda
man.
as well today, is to find my gout
I'd snort
medication.
that stuff if I was you. You want to get that in there working.
Yeah. So I'll figure it out. I took over 2 truckloads of stuff.
Oh man.
None of it is like stuff that I actually need. It's just stuff that I wanted. I've got to get it all out of my apartment anyway. So it's like boxes of beer and booze.
You need to
It's,
leave like a poker table and some beer in that other fridge. Be like a crash pad for a month.
I mean,
You got to go place to like a boys' hangout night.
Well, I guess I could, but I mean.
Well, I'm not talking about for you, for us.
Oh, okay.
You're
Well,
not-
yeah,
you don't have
y'all
to
are
be
welcome
there.
to it. Yeah,
I mean,
whatever.
so just leave some beer. And you down, Vic?
Yeah. You guys hang.
Should we invite him?
Vic doesn't. Vic doesn't go
He won't be
outside.
there.
I don't go outside.
Vic doesn't go outside of 1604.
I'll have the low calorie vodka. We'll have that. We'll play some poker.
There you go.
Some
vodka.
we'll play those stupid poker games where you stick cards on your forehead and that kind of stuff. Have a fun night out.
I'll walk in to grab something, and then there'll be you guys both just sitting there naked with
Sitting there
cards
naked
stuck to
with
your
like
head.
a bow tie on and a
okay,
card
so
stuck
What
on
the
her head.
hell is
I'm
going
winning.
on in here?
Hey, I'm winning.
This is great vodka you got.
You ever had any diet blueberry vodka?
All right.
Hey,
Let's take a look at the. Let's see what's changing in the NBA. We'll talk about that. We've got still got about 36 hours before we get a game.
For the love of God, play ball.
So absurd.
Yawn.
But we do have some NBA draft stuff to talk as well. We got some football to discuss. It is the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from Newstalk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. This road work on 35 on the northeast side of town is causing about a 15-minute delay. On 35 southbound Judson Road on down to O'Connor, we've got some road work, so the roadway reduced to just one lane. All that's open is that left lane, so start moving over. It's causing delays from Evans. Got a stall at 410 eastbound at East Rolling Ridge off to the shoulder, and a minor wreck at I-10 eastbound Medical, right shoulder blocked. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores.
What up, Mario Lopez here? You know, I love me a throwback like the Staples Easy button. It's back and bringing more easy than ever. Custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Plus, next day delivery to over 98% of the U.S. Yeah, Staples, that was easy.
Calling all snack MVPs, it's time to huddle up with Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, the low-carb, high-protein snack with a flavor-packed crunch. From sea salt and cracked black pepper to hot honey, sweet barbecue, and more, these bold bites are ready to tackle your crunch time cravings. Find your flavor playbook at H-E-B and make every bite count. Because when it's crunch time, there's only one snack you need on your team. Southern Recipe Small Batch.
Progressive Home Quote Explorer lets you easily compare rates, so shopping for insurance might be the easiest part of owning a home. Definitely easier than this.
Psst, honey. Honey! What? Shh, there's a salesman walking up the driveway.
Oh no, he's got a clipboard.
What do we do?
Get down.
Down?
On the floor, you...
Shoot, did he see us?
Why are you breathing so loud?
Home ownership isn't easy, but with Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, shopping for home insurance is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
Have you ever closed your eyes and pictured owning a piece of the Texas coast? Ocean views, world-class fishing off of Matagorda Bay? Well, dream no more. This Saturday, June 7th, Driftwood Shores at Wolf Point is dropping the final release of these incredible coastal properties. We're talking 1 to 3 acre properties, all with ocean access for just $49.9. You heard correctly, $49.9. This gated community has a waterfront resort-style pool and cabana, your own boat slip and launch, even boat and RV storage, plus paved roads and underground utilities. It's the whole shebang. It's all happening this Saturday, June 7th. 1 to 3 acres with ocean access, just $49.9. Yes, just $49.9. Call now for your private tour at 210-853-0389. Excellent financing. Don't wait another minute. Call 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389. Texas coastal land has never been this affordable.
Imagine selling your home and getting paid before and after it sells. It's like getting paid twice. Jason Minix here from San Antonio Sports Star. You can do that with Orchard. Orchard puts cash into your pockets. You can buy your dream home. Then your Orchard experts prepare and market your old home, including repairs, showings, even price-boosting upgrades. And here's why Orchard's the best. When your home sells for more, which happens 9 times out of 10, you get that cash too. It's almost like getting paid twice. That's why Orchard is the smarter, faster, hassle-free way to sell your home. Orchard can unlock cash from your old home to use on your new home. That's payday 1. Then you buy your new place, and once you're in, Orchard sells your old home for top dollar. You get that money too. Boom, payday 2. Learn how you can make more with Orchard. Start with your free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
Eczema flaring up again. We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm, it's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
I got something to say. What? Yeah. Ow! Morning Huddle 94.1, baby. Yeah, San Antonio sports star. Come on, rock me, baby. Yes.
Turn it up.
Did you sing a little right there?
Well, yeah, man.
Yeah.
There you go.
We could be a band, Rob, me and you.
I'll be the one-armed drummer.
There we go.
I want rock and roll. All right. Hey, you know what? Shout out to the great state of Texas.
Yes.
As we have
What do we do?
the ladies softball matchup of the College World Series is two teams from the great state of Texas. It's Bevo versus Red Raider.
Yosemite Sam.
It's them fancy capital city boy or girls against those country gals from up there on the Llano Estacado.
I'm all about this, the way you're describing it. But you know how much Tech spent on this softball team.
I have no idea.
It is the most any NIL amount has been
Really?
spent on what they got. One player that's playing for over $1 million.
A softball gal?
On the Tech softball team, yes. This is the best team money combined.
Really?
Yeah, Tech. They got that billionaire oil dude that's got a parking spot next to the president that is funding this athletic program.
And he's really into lady
He
softball,
went
huh?
all in on the NIL collective. There's this chick, Najare Canaday, 1.5, or well, 1,050,000. But nice deal. So they brought her in from Stanford, paid her off, got her moved to the South Plains. And the rest is history. So this is not David and Goliath.
What's funny is I read a story about this gal that plays for Texas, which there's 7 all SEC selections. It says 3 Collegiate Player of the Year top 25 finalists, 3 All-Americans. But the star of this team, at least through the tournament, has been junior catcher Reese Atwood, who spent her childhood on a South Texas ranch.
Yes, sir.
Guiding hunting trips and breeding whitetail breeder bucks.
Woo, take that girl home to mama.
Yep.
She's from Sandia, Texas.
Yeah, like there's some watermelon.
Population 326.
Wow.
And she is leading the Longhorns in home runs, RBI, walks, and total bases. First player from Texas to eclipse 200 career RBI with a 2-run homer against Kentucky.
Sweet.
So there is a country girl. She's just a
What's her name again?
Reese Atwood.
That's a good name.
Here's a picture of her holding some kind of tiny alligator. You know, she is she's a country girl
Through and through. I mean, that's great. I hope she's getting paid.
I would imagine she is.
I'm sure there's a collective taking care of that softball team.
I mean, I would guess so. But it like the story talked about how, I guess Sandia's around the Corpus area. And she's like, once she got pretty good, they were like, we got to get this girl out of Corpus to see if we're gonna if we can make something happen here. And when she would play, she would go to Houston to play, and
like her
travel team.
Yeah, okay.
And we had like my son's travel team had a couple of kids that were from
in basketball we call them shoe teams.
Yeah, they're from way out of town.
Yeah.
There's nobody in Waco playing the kind of ball that they can play there.
At the games. They play together. They jet in on the weekends.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a kid from Shreveport, Louisiana, who would come and play tournaments with us, big tournaments. Good ball player, but just there's no competition for him there. Well, when she would get into a slump, she'd get in the car with her dad. They'd drive 4 hours, and they would go to her hitting coach and get in a session with her hitting coach. I'd pick her up from school at 3:30, drive her almost 4 hours for a 1-hour session. She'd be doing her homework in the back of the car. We wouldn't get home until midnight. That's how committed and in love with the sport Reese was. And as a parent, I was going to do everything I could to help her fulfill her dreams.
Oh, well, we've all been there. The sad, this isn't sad, but, for you and your son, me and mine, if they truly were good enough, if the investment was truly worthy, and they do end up, there's a place for them to go make a bunch of money.
Yeah.
There is a recoup on the investment, an ROI. With women's softball, there's not a big payoff. I mean, thank goodness there's an NIL out there.
I was going to say, there is now,
kind
apparently.
of now, help to augment the hours of sacrifice that goes into becoming the athlete she became. And the fact that now she has access to this allows the opportunity for other families and other daughters to go out and work their ass off for 12 years to get themselves ready, and there'll be a little bit of gold at the end of the rainbow. Maybe not a pro career, but there might very well be by the time the girls that are doing this now can actually turn this into something where they can do it and justify the time and the investment that the parents, which you don't need to justify, you do it because you love your kid. But if you did know that there was a financial possibility at the end of this rainbow, it makes it a whole lot easier to make those 4-hour drives knowing that this kid is actually good enough to go make a living doing it.
There are 3 of her Houston Hot Shots teammates.
Hot Shots like that.
On the Texas Tech squad.
This is awesome. I love hearing this.
Yeah.
I mean, there's naturally you get a little cringe when when these, 16, 17-year-old girls are being paid off and brought into schools, but that's what the boys been doing it forever.
Sure.
So, more power to them. More money. Let's do this.
Yep. Whichever way you're cheering, I think there's probably a good story on either side.
I don't want this to be portrayed as these little country bumpkins from Tech showing up and taking on these big old girls from Texas.
That's
kind of not the case.
If anything, it almost seems like it's the opposite from what I'm reading.
It's like the Harlem Globetrotters up there, man. They brought in the high-dollar ones.
Yeah, it feels like in a rare twist, Texas feels like the underdog story here,
right?
Where these Texas Tech gals are a bunch of bought soldiers.
Yeah, Tech pulls up in a limo, and Texas pulls up in a limo, and Tech lands in a helicopter. And like, oh man, we're about outgunned.
And they took out Oklahoma, who seemingly wins lady softball championships every single year. So I'm kind of glad Tech did that job.
Yeah,
somebody had to beat those sorry bastards up there. No offense to the ladies, but I mean
it's time to change.
Beat it. Get out of town.
My gosh.
Are there any? What I haven't seen just in the highlights, and this Reese gal, Reese Atwood, she doesn't apply. Is there like a great big fat girl who's a big superstar in the College World Series?
I would have to assume. We got one of girth.
Because there's always
I don't know.
The Little League World Series always has a big fat kid
who's here to eat popcorn and hit dingers. And I ate all the popcorn.
That's right. And usually the Lady College World Series has a big old girl who's a star, and you're like, how is she an athlete? And then you see her hit a ball off somebody's windshield, and you go, oh, that's how.
Okay.
Girl can throw some hay.
But I haven't seen one yet. And I thought when I started reading about that Reese Atwood, I said, oh, I bet she's a big old girl who's like, wrestling cattle and stuff like that. But no, she's just like a regular normal sized person.
I think there's a girl or two have problem getting in a canoe.
Playing
up there in OKC.
Well, before I decide who I'm cheering for in the championship, I'm going to see who looks like they could be pro wrestlers. That's what I want to know.
The Lady of Glow.
Remember did you watch that? The Glow wrestling?
No, brother.
Vic, did you ever watch Glow wrestling?
I can't go there.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I never got into it.
There was a tag team called Hollywood and Vine. Oh, they were the two hot chicks.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
They looked like they were straight out of a Motley Crue video.
I'm sure they were smoking hot.
And then there was another team called the Farmer's Daughters. And,
I remember that name, yeah.
They were also hot. But then there was another team called, I think they were called the Housewives. And they like came out.
I remember
They came out with a toilet brush and they had like the blue like a mask on, and they were big old girls. That's what I want a girl who could be on one of the Housewives, come out with a toilet brush and just whoop those pretty girls' asses. That's what I'm looking for. A girl built like Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah, there you go.
The American Dream. You dig me, bub? You dig me? The American Dream.
The first black heavyweight champion.
Dusty Rhodes?
Yeah, that's what they called him in wrestling.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, let's hit it. Boy, look at that. How about a whole segment committed to ladies' sports?
Man.
Anybody out there who calls me a sexist or accuses me of any type of isms?
They'd mostly be right.
Yeah, but not today.
Not today.
Oh, okay.
Not today.
Not in the last segment.
Not today. It's the Morning Huddle 94.1.
Dr. Jacob Torres is my doctor. He has been for years. You know, when I met Dr. Torres back in 2016, I walked in the doors weighing about 300 pounds. There were no such thing as semaglutides and those kind of stuff. If you wanted to lose weight, you had to do things the old-fashioned way, and so many of us have tried and failed. You know, I never thought I'd be able to diet. It was just something that just wasn't part of my parlance. I didn't think I could stick to it and didn't really have a plan to do so. The first thing Dr. Torres convinced me to do was just try it. See the benefits. You'll feel better, he said. He promised that I'd start getting a full night's sleep. I wouldn't wake up snoring. I wouldn't have that brain fog all day long and chasing that caffeine and sugar just to get myself through the day. He said if you'll start to lose weight, those things will go away. And you know what? He was right. And it became this self-fulfilling thing. The more I did, the better I felt. Before you know it, I started losing weight. And that's what I want for you. If you've had trouble losing weight, it might be because you didn't have the right guidance. It might be because you were following, quite frankly, bad advice, fad diets. There is a tried and true method that has been here forever. And I want you to find out from Dr. Torres. You'll get the team backing you and the medical advice to make sure it works for you. Find out today. Call him. 210-468-1891 is the number. His website is iffhealth.com, a great resource. But listen to me. If it's time for you to lose weight, go about it in a way that you can sustain for the rest of your life. Call Dr. Torres. He'll change your life. And when he does, you can come on by and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. This road work on 35 on the northeast side of town is causing about a 15-minute delay. On 35 southbound Judson Road on down to O'Connor, we've got some road work, so the roadway reduced to just one lane. All that's open is that left lane, so start moving over. It's causing delays from Evans. Got a stall at 410 eastbound at East Rolling Ridge off to the shoulder, and a minor wreck at I-10 eastbound Medical, right shoulder blocked. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores.
People always say, Ryan, why don't you take it easy? Relax a little bit. Well, that's what the Staples Easy button is for. Just press it for quality products, friendly experts, and services like print, travel, or shipping, because we can't do it all. All right, guys? Thanks, Staples. That was easy.
There's a reason Intuitive Services Group handles our janitorial needs here at 94.1. They're local and serious about cleanliness. From nightly cleaning to detailed floor care, they deliver. We trust them, and you can too. Call Mo at 830-470-3007. That's 830-470-3007.
Missions fans, get ready for AARP $2 Tuesdays at Wolf Stadium, presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Enjoy $2 tickets, beer, hot dogs, and more. Tonight, first pitch at 7:05 p.m. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at samissions.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames. Because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster. Which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/radio, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What? All the budget has to be used now? And we can use all the media buy?
Javier's marketing firm just got its dream funding.
Okay, ideas. Bobbleheads? No. T-shirt cannon? I seriously need some help here.
He needs to find marketing managers who are worth every dollar.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Sponsoring a job on Indeed gives it a visibility boost, so you can hire faster. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
As a fan, you know all the important sports cliches. And when you save money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive, you can get out there and give it 110%, even though that's mathematically impossible. And remember, failure is not an option. Well, it's always an option, just not a good one. But you're not worried because you've got ice in your veins. You're on fire. How can both of those things be true at the same time? Well, that's between you and your doctor. So get out there and leave it all on the field. Leave what? Who cares? Just leave it and save with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the Cowboys are back at it. OTAs the second time around.
We'll get all the reaction from what we're hearing from the star, from Shireen Williams. She joined us at 5:15.
And the NBA Finals are a day closer. You like the Pacers? You like the Thunders?
We got how many more days of this? The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You should name your donkey Paul Revere.
You know, you might have something here.
Yeah.
Arguably one of the top 3 records of all time, can we say?
It is for me. The Beastie Boys were the first band that which, as a Texas kid, growing up in the Houston suburbs.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So not Jewish, not in New York City. The Beastie Boys were the first band that I thought was like, this band is for me. Like, this is music that's made for me. And it was the first band that was like, wasn't the first band that I really loved, but it was the first band that I felt like was I connected with. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Absolutely.
And
I bought this cassette 3 times because it kept getting melted in the car.
Yep, dude, I love the Beastie Boys.
First
I love
bit
them.
of memorabilia I ever bought was a painting of the record with all 3 signing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You still have that?
Yeah, I still got it.
Where's it at?
In my house.
Is it on display?
No.
That's a shame.
It should be.
It should be.
It should be.
Now your wife will
My
make you
kids
take
will
it
get
down.
I'm very proud of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got some cool stuff that my wife doesn't want up in the house. It goes that way.
It used to be up in my office here.
Yeah. I have a painting that I got done. I'd say I got done that an artist from Houston gave me. And it's like a huge canvas. I mean, it's like, I don't know, I guess it's like the size of that Cowboys flag.
Mm-hmm.
And
the bigger the art, the better.
That's right. And but it's like this skull made. It's like super colorful,
like a sugar skull,
kind of. But it's made like it's made up of like all these like pills and like all this crazy nonsense. And my wife was
I
like,
can see that.
My wife was like, no, we're not putting that up. And then she let me put it up in the guest bathroom. Is where she. That's
to
where
horrify your guests. To speed the process.
Yeah.
Well, when
So-
that artist dies,
It'll
you
be
got some
worse.
money coming.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So hang on.
All right. Back to the action. Back to the action.
There is no action. Yes, yesterday was the most bored I've been. There was nothing. I searched. I looked. I couldn't find anything of merit. And I know College World Series, yada, yada. Call me when you're in Omaha.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when UTSA plays. But there's
yeah,
nothing.
It is cool that UTSA is playing. I mean, that's a bonus, but it's like when.
And that's not even until Thursday.
Right.
Or
And that's
Friday, actually.
By then.
We'll have the finals.
Yeah, we'll be in the NBA finals, and I won't care.
There's just nothing.
There will be hockey tomorrow, but that's tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Last night there was just nothing. I didn't want to start anything knowing full well, yeah, I'm going to watch the hockey finals, and I'm going to watch the NBA finals, and I'm going to watch the College World Series, and I'll watch my share of softball. I mean, I'm down for thrilling events. But so I didn't want to start anything last night. I didn't want to get one of those 8, because I won't be back for a week or so. And there was nothing left. It was as bored as I've been in the evening in a long time.
So you don't watch you won't watch just like a documentary or something?
Well, I would, but there wasn't anything. I couldn't find anything
or
of
a
merit.
movie.
I watched. What did we watch? Prom Queen.
Is it like a horror movie?
Yeah, which wasn't bad, but that's where we were last night.
Man,
because I'm caught up on all of my shows. Mobland, the rest is done, or The Last of Us, that's done.
Have you watched the Oklahoma City bombing documentary?
I have. See, I watch those things normally in the afternoon to go to sleep.
Oh.
So I've seen half of most of these.
Yeah, so
I've
you
seen
watch
a
things
fair
and fall
amount of
asleep.
A few of them.
I liked that Oklahoma City documentary. I thought that was well done.
Yeah, I've seen that one through. So
yeah.
not at least tonight I can jump back in. Well, no, I don't have anything tonight, do I?
There's nothing tonight. No. You want to come help me move?
No. No. Actually, I just realized I'm really busy tonight.
Okay. All right.
Wait.
Yeah, you've got.
My pancreas just burst.
Well, go back to our Paul Revere. Our discussion about that. We're talking about you maybe getting a donkey.
I might have to, man. We're under attack.
You lost
on the
another
hill.
chicken yesterday.
We're down like 7 chickens in the last 10 days, and this one, the most recent. It could be like when you're tracking a serial killer. Sometimes you don't file in the bodies in the order that they were killed.
Right.
So we had one chicken that I hadn't seen in 3 or 4 days, but every now and then this chicken was known to be a brood hen. She'd go sit on the eggs for a minute.
Okay.
And there's kind of a hierarchy, and she was like third on the low. So the other 2 were sitting there. She didn't have to. So I hadn't seen her in a day or 2. Well, I was out walking the dog, and I found what was left of her about a half mile from the house. So she could have been the most recent, or it could have happened a day or 2 ago. But either way, we're under assault, and we think it's a bobcat. We can't quite figure out what's going on because they're getting through chicken wire that a raccoon couldn't.
But I think a donkey might be your answer.
So we're thinking maybe. Well, you brought it up, and it hadn't been a point of conversation in a minute around the house because donkeys have their own particular bit of issues. They're not nice. They do crap rather large.
Yeah,
they do leave a dropping or 2. But
they leave some fertilizers.
They'll take care of your livestock though. They're mean as all get out, and you have to be very careful when choosing your donkey because donkeys, all kind of like goats, have their own particular noise, sound, bark, yelp.
Oh.
Some of them sound like screaming women. And I don't want on my property in the middle of the night because my neighbor had a screaming donkey. And I don't want that. I don't mind a donkey sound, but I don't want the screaming donkey.
Okay.
And then, you worry about donkeys and
Could you maybe get a discount on a mute donkey?
Maybe, if you could find one. But, I've also had other issues. People had donkeys that were eating parts off their car, like ripping rubber off their car and stuff like having goats. So there's some negatives to having a donkey around the property. But the other side of that is I'd have all my chickens.
That's right.
And now that egg prices are starting to kind of fade into they're still high, but not like they were. It's not quite the investment.
Yeah, but that.
Oh, that's right. You were telling me yesterday.
Yeah, egg disaster last week.
Well, I'm sitting on about 12 dozen eggs right now.
Okay, all right.
I'm just waiting for the market to pop.
Once I start baking, I might come up, might knock on your door.
Well, there is word around the Thompson house that we're about to go get 21 more and raise them into feed.
Raise them into bobcat
turn them
food.
other bobcat feed. So we should self-sustain.
Hey,
Paul Revere might be there.
Somebody. So where are they at? Somebody on the board said, "Oh, Paul, look up Mac Morgan, one of UT's starting pitchers. Mac MAC.
I got it.
Morgan.
Let's see. Oh, I got it.
It's just there's no K. Yeah. Mac Morgan. Now hit images, and you'll get the full.
I've got your.
Yes, I'm cheering for the Texas Fighting Longhorns in this battle. Against the Texas Tech Red Raiders. I'm Team Longhorn for this one. I am happy that Texas Tech knocked off the hated Sooners, but because Texas has this country gal at catcher,
she's pitch,
and Mac Morgan, who
she's transferred from Arizona State.
Okay, who like I said. Give me a pitcher that reminds me of Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream.
You got a couple candidates.
Who's number 20? Whoa, number 20. And that's number 20. There's one more reason to cheer for him. So I am Team Longhorn. I don't know when the Lady College Softball World Series starts, but when it does. I'm not going to watch, but I'm going to hope that when I see the score in the morning, it's going to say that Texas won. That's my final decision.
Shocking.
My final decision. But also, if Texas Tech wins, I'll still be okay with it because at least they're from Texas, and that's what I'm hoping for. UTSA, you're our only hope on the men's side, so I'll be cheering for them as well. Anybody else? No. If UTSA gets knocked out by UCLA, I quit college baseball for the whole rest of the year.
Well,
done with it.
We've only got UTSA and who's left for out of Texas for baseball.
That's it.
That's it. Just UTSA.
That's it.
Huh? And it's just Texas and Tech.
Yep. Well, they're all that's left in the whole damn thing.
Yeah, so we have 3 Texas teams still playing with a white stitch ball.
Well, guaranteed one. And I think that do the softball gals play with a yellow ball or a white ball?
I don't know. It looks yellow to me. Yeah. Well,
okay.
Sometimes yellow, sometimes white.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when they decide if they're playing with a yellow ball or a white ball.
Game?
I don't know. I also, you know what I like about softball gals? I like when a softball gal doesn't wear a mask. Like a pitcher or a third baseman who says, I don't care, man. You hit me in the face. I'll keep coming at you.
I have not seen one that doesn't.
I've seen every once in a while I see one with no mask.
They're just playing there with their, not baseball cap, visor?
Yeah,
playing with
there's
their
a visor. Yeah. It's a rare thing these days, but that's what I respect.
I think the highest aspiration I would have is, you need to be an expert hair braider.
Oh, yeah.
On someone's got to be good.
Do you think everybody on the team is good at hair braiding? And
I think they probably have one or two. Kind of like
or do
most
you think
teams
they have
has a barber.
You think that, like an NBA team has a team barber?
And I bet they've got a designated hair braider.
Okay. Like, oh, yeah, she does the best Frenchies.
She's got the best French braid going on.
Yeah, I could see that.
Stays tight through several innings.
Man, that is important. They've got some tight braids.
They do, man.
You're right about
Keep
that.
your eyes open.
All right. The other conversation that came from the Brigade Bar was an early one that I wanted to touch on, which I don't. This doesn't look like a familiar name to me on the Brigade Bar, but I'm gonna respect it and give him his due. Adam says the Browns coach is a racist.
Stefanski?
Yes. Shador was 7 of 9 with 3 touchdowns in practice, better than anyone else. Coach says he still has things to work on. Still listed as number 4 on the depth chart. Shador's a good kid. If I'm a reporter, good kid this. How's he doing in practice?
What month is it?
It is June.
June.
But also, mind you, not all of these practices are open to the public. And remember, when you are the fourth-string quarterback, you are going against the fourth-string defense.
Well, I just read the worst thing about – I read a thing yesterday, not about Shador, but about Dylan Gabriel, how somebody at that practice said this guy's not even an NFL quarterback in the so are you're believing what's coming out of the Browns camp? You think what you're hearing is real?
What's crazy about all of this is as much of a mess as he is, Deshaun Watson is still the best quarterback that the Browns have under contract.
Well, that's not saying much, but you're right.
And like I don't know when he's going to be able to play or if he's ever going to play again. I go back to their owner saying it was a what do you call it, a misstep. I don't know if that's ever going to be resolved, but I don't really care who is the starting quarterback for the Browns because what I know about every quarterback that could possibly start for the Browns, I don't think they're any good. The only one I have any moderate amount of respect for is Joe Flacco, and he's 100 years old.
Yeah,
100.
I don't. First of all, dude, don't pay any attention to rumors, anything that comes out of OTAs. None of it is real. None of it. Because Cleveland might be trying to trade the dude. There might be all kinds of plans in play that you have no idea. But I can tell you this, racism is not in play here.
Important to keep in mind, Shador Sanders is what, a 5th or 6th round pick? Was he a 6th round pick?
I think so.
Third.
No. He was third day.
He was third day.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I just remember the 3-toe.
I know.
Gabriel went 4th.
Yeah.
And he went 6th.
Okay. There is no motivation, none, for a 6th round pick to start over a 3rd round pick or any type of free agent that you spent real money on to bring in. Like you have to, Shador is going to have to wow them beyond belief.
And it's only June. The rumors are bad. I'm telling you what they are. I'm hearing. I don't believe everything I hear and read. That things aren't going well. That he doesn't have the push to get the ball where it needs to be in that 20-yard, golden circle that they draw for quarterbacks. It's not there. Neither is it with Gabriel either, for that matter. There's a reason why those guys were around. So it doesn't have anything to do with racism. But then again, it could be innuendo and rumor. I have no idea. We'll wait until we see things in training camp. Then you can start. Yeah, you can start getting upset.
I'm not sure what the pecking order is going to be. All I know is the Browns gave up something to get Kenny Pickett, who has a $14 million guaranteed contract. My guess is they either want to trade that contract away or they want him to play football, because you don't just pay somebody guaranteed $14 million to sit around and do nothing. Whereas, I mean, Shador Sanders and Dylan Gabriel, both their draft picks are making next to nothing for the next few years. And, like, a 5th round pick, if Shador's a 5th rounder, like,
he'll get his shot. Everybody wants to find the diamond in the rough. But the one thing that Gruden always said that you can truly take to the bank is it truly is a meritocracy. It really is.
Yeah.
And if you're not treating your team like a meritocracy, you have a revolt on your team. If the best dudes aren't playing, your team revolts on you. So it will work itself out. I'm not worried, but I have a fear that we have this set of perceived reasons why Shador is going to fail, when the real reason is it's just not there. Yeah. It has nothing to do with his dad or his attitude or anything about anything other than what happens on the field. And on the field, it's just not there. But we already have this reason why he's going to fail, and it's not that. It'll be some kind of perceived attitude issue. When the fact of the matter is, he just doesn't have the arm to be an NFL quarterback. And you know what? A lot of great college quarterbacks didn't have the arm either.
And you know what? In my life, I've had a lot of real good practices. And
best game I ever had was in practice. I'm not kidding. The one that if I could frame, it was in practice.
That's the way it goes, man. And I'm guessing you as a basketball player, even at Tech, you probably had some practices
where you walked off the court like, I'm the baddest MF I've ever seen. Come on, bring it. And then I got to watch the next month and a half of games, the best seat in the house.
You looked better than some of the guys who were the big-time scholarship offers.
So, no, that's very true. And
it's hard to impart to, there's so much expected from him.
That's what it's all about.
He's already achieved beyond most people's wildest dreams.
If his name was Shador Rogers,
yeah, we'd be like, congratulating him on a phenomenal life. Go carry on, brother. You made millions in college. Carry on.
Congratulations. All right. Hour number 1 in the books. We'll give you 3 more hours today. 3 more, like Dion's toes. Morning Huddle 94.1.
KTFM Floresville, your home for the Super Bowl. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Rocket. Rocket.com is the new home for all things home ownership. Whether you're buying your first home, finding your next one, or unlocking home equity to fund one of your dreams, there's only one destination that has everything you need to get started, all under one roof. Get started today at Rocket.com. Rocket, own the dream.
Take a swing at picking baseball this season on Underdog. Hi, Jason Minix here from the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Underdog is one of the leading sports apps, and you can play in Texas. Millions of fans have won billions of dollars making picks on Underdog, and playing on Underdog is easy. Just download the Underdog app and pick higher or lower on player stats like home runs, strikeouts, total bases, and more. And you can play for as little as $1. If you get everything right, you could win up to 1,000 times your money. So download the Underdog app, sign up with promo code STAR to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Again, use promo code STAR when you get signed up at Underdog. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See UnderdogFantasy.com/web/deposit-match-terms. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Nigel, why does our office look like a casino?
I call it employee engagement.
Folks, right now is the ideal time to hit the jackpot on comfort with Quarter Moon's Lucky 7's AC tune-up. It's just $77 for a complete 7-point inspection.
Excuse me, bossman. I've got a good feeling about that slot machine next to your desk. Joel, I couldn't get an advance on next week's check, could I?
Call Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC and Heating for your Lucky 7's AC tune-up. Just $77. 210-651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074EM16004.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's, and My Lowe's Pro Rewards members can save even more with limited time deals. Right now, buy one, get one half off select HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams primer and ceiling paint. Plus, get free same-day delivery to your job site when you order by 2 p.m. Offer valid through 6/13, delivery by 8 p.m., subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
The Peace Lily is so last year.
Hey, has anyone worked with fiddlenecks?
Shelby's popular flower shop is in full bloom.
We just got a request for an arrangement that evokes air. Who's up for that challenge? No?
She needs to hire a floral designer to nip foliage faux pas in the bud.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our advanced matching helps find talented candidates so you can connect with them fast. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames, because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster, which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-351-4596. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-351-4596. 800-351-4596. 800-351-4596.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results vary. Consult with your tax professional prior to enrollment.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we are working a disabled vehicle on 1604 eastbound at O'Connor. Now off to the shoulder. We're definitely starting to slow down now. Most all our major freeway systems. Highway 90 eastbound Montgomery to 410. That's slowing down. Still have this closure downtown on 35 lower level southbound Alamo to Laredo Street. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The UTSA Roadrunners know who and where they'll be playing in their first ever Super Regional. It'll take place June 6th through the 9th as they head to Jackie Robinson Stadium in Los Angeles to face off against UCLA in a best-of-3 series. In the Women's College World Series, the Texas Longhorns punched their ticket to the finals with a 2-0 win over that other orange team with a T, Tennessee. They'll face Texas Tech, who beat OU 3-2 with a walk-off in the bottom of the 7th. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I'm going to talk about something that I've never talked about on the radio before.
What?
Erectile dysfunction. Just kidding. I'm going to talk about chess.
Which leads to.
I play chess.
Do you play chess?
Yeah.
My son plays chess. My younger one does. I don't. Never really have gotten into it.
Oh, I mean, I play. I'm not very good, but
I mean,
I can play.
I know what moves each piece can do.
Okay.
But I don't know. Like, I don't have any strategy.
Oh, you don't do like C4 to
So
no.
I currently employ the Latin American defense,
which is
playing with that. It's a style.
Okay.
You protecting rooks.
Okay.
I play speed chess.
See, I say things like that, and people believe that.
Yeah, that seems to work.
Sounds real, right?
Yeah, it's.
It's all about protecting your rook.
I do a Viking raid strategy.
See, the Viking raids. It's a delicate move.
A Viking raid?
See, that's why it's it's opposite.
Oh.
That's why it's chess.
Oh.
So the Viking raid's kind of a delicate.
It's a tricky thing.
It's a tricky
so I am familiar with the name Magnus Carlsen.
Oh yeah, he's the world champ, or on and off world champ.
Yes.
Magnus.
He's the grandmaster.
He's temperamental as all get out. This Icelandic dude.
He is, and the reason why I'm even talking about this is because I saw a video where they were playing in Norway, and it was Magnus Carlsen against the current world champion Gukesh Domaraju, who's a 19-year-old Indian. And he had never, even though he is the world champion, has never beaten Carlsen in classic chess.
Okay.
Classic chess. So apparently, I don't know all of this stuff. It said that Carlsen was smacking him around, and he made a mistake, and this Gukesh guy turned the game around and beat him.
Checkmate!
And the video that I saw online is that Carlson pounding the table with his fist.
Oh, yeah.
And all the pieces go flying, and then you see him. And then he goes, and he sticks his hand out for a handshake, and then he storms off. And then the
first time he ever lost.
the Indian guy's like, like, yes. But he pounds that table, and the pieces go flying. I'm like, oh, it's so great.
That's how I act when my kid
He
beats me.
finally lost.
Yeah, suck it. I mean, I would guess like these
Dorks.
yeah. All these virgin Russians, Carlsons and Magnussons and all these guys, they always seem to be the best at chess. Anybody from like Eastern Europe seems to be the best chess players, right? Russian
Well, the Russians is
or
part of their
Iceland or
curriculum.
whatever. Yeah,
The Russians is part of their curriculum.
Yeah.
It's a thought process taught through chess.
Well, I think they teach it for war strategy.
One time I went and no kidding, I fancied myself a bit of a chess player.
Okay.
And I was in New York and went to Washington Square.
Okay.
Which is where everybody, Wemby went there.
Yep.
So I went and thought this dude was playing like 8 dudes at once.
Okay.
And I thought, well, I'm going to give it a shot. He beat me in 4 moves.
Wow.
I'm not kidding. It's ridiculous. These dudes see things in ways I still don't know. Because I thought,
and then he rolled up his hobo stick and walked away.
he was just walking. He was a regular looking dude. He was. I think he was Russian. Looked like about 40.
Yeah. You need to see the quick. Is
And
that
he
the
would
Queen's
walk
Gambit? Yeah.
with his arms behind his back, and he would just lean down and like pawn or whatever, and bam, and move to the next table, and bam, bam, and it just dismantling people right and left. It was just, and I think I'm moving like, oh yeah, boom, checkmate. And like, what?
Did you ever think about cheating and maybe?
Well, the thing is, you have to pay $5 to play him. You're paying him. You're like, okay, I'll play you. You put the money down, and he's taking money at every table.
What happens if you beat him? Do you get the fight? Like,
yeah. I mean, you get to keep the money.
Okay.
He's got money down there too, but he's whooping everybody's ass just one after another, just making money. Like,
damn.
You need to see Queen's Gambit.
Well,
I watched Queen's Gambit.
I like that this 19-year-old Indian dude, who, like, first of all, for a 19-year-old kid, he's got a very full beard. I mean, this is a
I saw that.
very luxurious beard. And Magnus Carlsen looks like he's a chef in a high-end restaurant. Like he looks like the guy.
Oh yeah.
Who's the guy? The guy from Gordon Ramsay. He looks like a young
Like
Gordon Ramsay.
You know, I've been following this guy
That
since
beef
he was like
Wellington
15.
is garbage.
You know, anytime, God gives you 100% of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime you get more of one thing than about 50%, it leads to mania. Like if you're more than 51% brilliant, if you become Einstein, the guy that, sleeps 3 hours a day and he can do nothing but this. They become all of something. That's Magnuson, man. This dude is a chess robot, and everything else in his life is built around. And so his whole life is like this.
Right.
They just live a different life. They don't think like us.
Well, Gukesh, listen, if you come from India, you have to be really good at spelling.
That's a rule.
So Russians take chess very seriously. In India, they take spelling very seriously.
We have a recent
so for this guy
Scripps
to
B.
be a great speller and a great chess player, he's very well rounded. Magnus Carlsen can't spell chess.
Probably not.
He writes CREMPS, and it's chess. He doesn't know how to spell. He never learned. They didn't teach him. They only taught him chess.
Mm-hmm.
So for this Indian fella to beat him, I think it is a huge deal.
A massive shot to the Icelandic culture too.
Carlsen on the previous day played what he called the Berlin Regret.
See, don't you love that? I play that move every now and again too.
He was trying to turn a regular Rui Lopez into a Berlin.
Who hasn't?
I mean now
it's
listen.
It's a fool's journey. You can't do that.
That is a ballsy move.
It is, man. To step out and think the Berlin tactic is going to even try. Oh no, it's not going to happen.
It's a bold strategy, but against Gukesh, he tried the opposite. He started with a Berlin, and then later playing 7 A6.
What?
By move 19, he was already thinking he was going to win.
Yeah, but he's
now chess24.com during the middle of this match said, "I don't completely understand what Gukesh's concept is here. It seems to me that I just have excellent play." That is what Carlsen was saying. and he was crushing him. 98.7% accuracy from Magnus. But
what's his win over replacement?
I don't know. I don't know what his on-base percentage is either. But Gukesh prolonged the game, and he kept finding ways to survive. He said, there wasn't much I could do. It was clearly just lost. Luckily, he got into a time scramble. Carlson played 44 F6, question mark, exclamation point. And they said it was at least objectively the turning point when Black's winning position started to unwind a little.
He got trapped in the vortex of fault.
And even though he was still worse, Gukesh continued to find only moves to keep the game going. He said 99 out of 100 times I would lose, but it was just a lucky day. Carlson, who already wasn't winning anymore, dropped his night, and Gukesh, still with accurate play needed, went on to win. And the moment of blunder was electric.
You never drop
and that's
your
what I'm
night.
talking about when he goes boom and the pieces go flying and he stands up it looks like he's going to hit him. And then he goes,
jeez.
And he sticks his hand out. He is pissed. He is pissed. And it says, the blunder everyone will be talking about for a long time.
Ah, the Berlin fade.
Oh, my gosh. What a ridiculous blunder.
Seriously, these dudes are going to eat this up for years.
He now asked about his behavior. Gukesh later said the reaction was understandable in context and even added, I've also banged a lot of tables in my career. So he understood.
Here he is.
Damn it! Boom! All the pieces fall over. He's like, you son of a bitch. Look at him. He's still throwing pieces around. He's a little biatch.
Well, he scared that other dude off. He was running.
You beat it.
I'm out of here.
What is he writing down?
Damn it. He's calling him bad names.
Yeah. So that's the first time he lost.
How old's this
ever?
cat? He's 19. Look at that beard for a 19-year-old. Are you kidding me?
No, he's not. He's 29.
Well,
he's got to be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But, I love that he pounded that.
Greatest chess finish ever.
Show it one more time. Here we go.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Magnus.
Oh, what? That's a blunder.
Set the stamina. Stupid.
Dang it, Dale.
You know what, man? We haven't talked about that at all. And by the way, welcome to summertime on the Morning Huddle, where we are not going to talk about sports all the time. We're going to talk about whatever I find interesting or Rob finds interesting. It's sometimes it's going to be nonsense.
Little dry spot.
John Redcorn died, and first of all, what's his real name?
Joss is his last name.
Okay. Mr. Joss lived here in San Antonio?
Well, it's funny. We were talking about Jackie Earl Haley.
Yeah.
Was it yesterday? Talking about, stars from the past that lived here. I had no idea that this dude was here. And then what made it even stranger is so many people in my social circle were posting pictures of themselves with John Redcorn over the last 20 years. I don't know if I've ever been in the same room with him. I didn't know he was from here. That's
the South Side at that.
And then I didn't know he was gay. I didn't. I didn't. And evidently, now this is some San Antonio chisme floating around the intertubes. He's homeless.
I don't know. I don't know the full details of that, but I mean, I don't know really how that could. I mean,
how exactly?
Well, apparently he was shot and killed yesterday, or was it the day before? And the news came out on it yesterday,
Sunday afternoon.
So a bit of a bummer, but yeah, a bit of a bummer.
That's very much a bummer.
Yeah, very much a bummer. But especially as the new King of the Hill was coming out, was he involved in the project, Vic?
I understand that he was.
Vic is all over the new King of the Hill project. I haven't, I don't even know when's it going to come.
Well, I googled it. August of this year, it's supposed to come out, and he was at a King of the Hill roundtable, I guess, or some kind of media event up in Austin.
It was on Saturday.
On Saturday. Now, I don't know if he's in it.
I don't know. Jonathan Joss is his name. And now, if Frank is to be believed, John Redcorn went to West Campus.
What?
What?
I didn't know this. You're kidding me.
You went to school with him.
He went to West Campus?
He's about the same age as you.
That's what I'm thinking. How old is the guy? Jonathan Joss.
Oh, Cougars, let me know. Did he go to West Campus?
Dude, and he's 59 years old.
He would have gone to no way. He went to high school with me?
Look at your yearbook.
Dude, yeah, you need to find your yearbook.
We didn't have a yearbook. I went to a very poor high school. The people that my senior year absconded with our yearbook money.
Dude, yeah,
we didn't get a yearbook. We had to makeshift. I will have to go dig through.
You were in gym class with John Redcorn.
There's no way.
Yes.
There's no way.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, my whole life, my wife is from North Dallas, and she went to high school with Vanilla Ice, and she's lorded that over me, that her high school was better because she went to high school with Vanilla Ice.
She also had
now I have John Redcorn.
She also may have had a tryst with Vanilla Ice, right?
Well, she did date him one night in high school. She did go out with him, and also,
but they didn't. It
was one of those chaperone kid dates.
Okay, but like hand on the leg, maybe.
Maybe.
Okay.
Who knows?
Do you wish you were Eskimo Bros with him?
No, I met the dude. He's actually a pretty cool cat, but
Oh,
she's
okay.
lorded this over me. I mean, over all these years, now if I have John Redcorn to come back,
you've got it.
I'm at least even.
It says here he was born in '65.
So was I.
And here it says he attended McCullum High School.
Okay, all right. See, I would like to know.
Oh my gosh!
So he was a McCullum cowboy and a Native American. He should have gone to Harlandale.
Why did Frank lie?
Well, maybe that's San Antonio cheesemate for you.
Frank,
That's what this rumors
why'd
are
you
swirling
lie?
around this.
Well, he could have went. He
could have been there for a minute.
Frank says he went to like 4 or 5 high schools.
Yeah, he could have
my
been there
buddy
for a
said.
minute. I mean, that wouldn't shock me. But I would like to. If I met Mr. Joss, I'm even sadder.
Again, we don't know all the details, but apparently, now John Redcorn's husband says, my husband, Jonathan Joss, and I were involved in a shooting while checking the mail at the site of our former house. That house was burned down after over 2 years of threats from people in the area who reportedly told us they would set it on fire. Now, that's his side of the story. I also heard that he was, like, they were living in squalor and, like, had fires lit inside the house for warmth.
And that's what burned the house down is what they were saying.
So I don't really know what to believe. I don't know that. I think we're gonna hear two sides of this the whole time.
Yeah.
But they said when we returned to the site to check our mail, we discovered the skull of one of our dogs and its harness placed in clear view. This caused both of us severe emotional distress. There were lots of homophobic threats being tossed around. While we were doing this, a man approached us, yelling homophobic slurs. He then raised a gun from his lap and fired. Jonathan and I had no weapons. We were not threatening anyone. We were grieving, standing side by side. When the man fired, Jonathan pushed me out of the way and saved my life. John Redcorn died a hero. Now, here's a wild tale. Jonathan Joss was not the original voice of John Redcorn.
I didn't know this. I did not know this.
John Redcorn's original voice actor was a man named Victor Aaron, who died in 1996.
Was he shot?
In a car accident. But yeah, Jonathan Joss he's included in the upcoming revival. Said Mike Judge. His voice will be missed on King of the Hill, and we extend our deepest condolences to Jonathan's friends and family.
That's awful.
He was most recently seen in public on Friday during a King of the Hill reunion revival panel at the ATX Television Festival in Austin. Midway through the panel, as producers Judge and Daniels discussed the death of the original star and writer Johnny Hardwick, Joss approached an audience microphone unannounced and mentioned Hardwick before expressing displeasure at not being invited on stage.
Oh, we had a little...
He also told the crowd that he had recently lost his home in San Antonio to a fire. After a few moments, he returned to his seat and the panel resumed. So they had a panel with like the producers and like the head writer, and he was like, I should be on stage with you guys.
I think things had gone awry.
Yeah.
I don't think he was invited.
He had also had recurring role in Parks and Recreation.
I remember that when he was the chief of the local Native American tribe there.
And he had appeared in Tulsa King, Ray Donovan, True Grit, and The Magnificent Seven.
So how's this dude homeless?
I'm having a hard time with that. I mean, I have an answer that could be anytime you say, how does this person who has a lot of money become homeless?
Yeah, I'm not going to
suppose.
I know.
There's always a way.
Mm-hmm.
But
it seemed like there was some erratic behavior.
Yeah. Frank says it makes me sad if anyone is targeted due to sexual orientation.
Absolutely.
I am always an ally for the LGBTQ community. I am an ally to all letters and all communities.
Yep. Not the K's though.
Yeah, not if there's multiples.
Yeah, not if there's 3 in a row. I'm not an ally.
Yeah, you're right about that one. You're right about that one. But yeah, I don't know if that's actually what happened. From the sounds of there's so many sides of this story, and not that I'm calling his husband a liar or his life partner, whatever he was, a liar, but it sounds like there's a lot going on here.
There's been something stewing for quite some time.
Yeah. And if so, then I mean that guy's going to go to prison. And when the people in the pen find out that he killed John Redcorn,
not going to be an easy life.
Oh hell no!
Need some protective.
The Arlen Crips are going to be yeah. I mean it's going to be ugly for those guys on the inside. I mean, oh my God! He went to Southwest Texas State. Then he graduated from Our Lady of the Lake. Vince seems to know his whole story.
Went to the lake, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
And he went to San Pedro University.
Well, that's part of San Antonio. You're not allowed out of town without spending at least a semester on the escalators.
And this is the King of the Hill. They are losing. They lost Brittany Murphy.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, she's been dead for 20 years.
Yeah, like right after the show ended, she died. They lost Tom Petty, who played her husband, Lucky. They lost the guy who played Dale.
Yeah.
Boomhauer?
No, Boomhauer is still alive. 'Cause I think Boomhauer is Mike Judge.
Oh, okay.
Hank is Mike Judge.
And who's Gribble? Who's Dale?
I don't know his name.
But he died too,
He's
right?
a dead person.
So they got a new one for him.
Person.
Is this show cursed?
It might be. There may be a curse. And actually, Uncle Baby Billy, Kitty Big Balls, was scheduled to voice Ladybird, the dog. And
maybe they
unfortunately, Kitty Big Balls passed away needlessly to violence from a coyote. So
sadness.
Yep. So everyone pays.
Show's cursed.
I gotta put up a wanted poster.
If I ever find him, if Rob would ever bring that coyote cage, I mean,
I got my own trouble.
He will pay. He will pay. You know what? If you bring justice to that coyote and then you hang the dead corpse up on the chicken pen, that will keep other rascals away.
Only problem with that is it tends to attract vultures.
Yeah, but vultures don't eat live chickens.
Oh, well, no, but they carry the bird flu.
Oh, that's true.
You don't want the vultures in your pen.
That's true. That's true.
Nature is a hellacious place.
Went to high school. I think he went to high school with you, Rob. I think you went to high school with John Redcorn.
He was doomed from the start.
I think there's.
The curse started long before.
You're like, how did he live this long?
I'm surprised he made it out.
Man, the recent pictures of him, he looks
like he lost a little bit of weight and a little vacant in the eyes.
Well, and has like a gray beard and like almost dreadlocked hair. He looks like like if you said, show me a picture of one of the guys from the Manson family in prison today, it would look kind of like that.
Oh, well. A reformed.
Yes.
Mass murderer.
But he does wear this is pretty San Antonio. He wears a white T-shirt with a denim shirt over it with the sleeves cut off to make it into a denim vest.
Yeah.
That is pretty San Antonio.
That's
right
West
there.
Campus. I should have known.
Should
have known right then.
That guy, for sure,
cougar material,
went to school with you.
Yeah.
Now, San Antonio Police Department has made a statement about this, and they have said that this had nothing to do with his sexual orientation. So, again, there's two sides to every story, but Isabel Caballero, who's lived on that block since 2021, says she witnessed the aftermath of the shooting that occurred around 7 p.m. on Sunday. She said initially she thought it was a relative who lives nearby, but realized it was Joss after running to the scene once 3 gunshots went off in the neighborhood.
You run 2 gunshots?
They run 2 the gunshots.
That's a tough neighborhood.
Damn.
I'm going to go see what happened.
Caballero said she saw Joss with a gunshot wound to the neck and torso. She said Joss had visited his home to retrieve his mail, but then started freaking out once he saw the remains of his dog outside his home, which burned down in January. Caballero said she didn't think much of Joss's yelling, as he was known to shout frequently in the neighborhood. He would just walk up and down the street just screaming. He was very loud, but we knew how he was, so we wouldn't disturb him. Even if he looked at us, talked mess to us, we just ignored him because we knew that's how he was. They say another neighbor who asked to remain anonymous said he wasn't a good neighbor. He would do erratic things in the street and claimed that he was God. She said neighbors called the police regarding his behavior, but nothing ever came of it. And when the police responded, they said there were calls connected to mental health disturbances. They responded over 40 times to his address since January 2024, and that up until the fire was reported in January. And then there were no calls from February 2nd to June 1st. Well, yeah, his house burned down.
So the dogs were already dead in the house.
Yes.
And then he came to the house and saw a part of the dog move to the front yard to make him mad, is what he thought?
Yes. Now, there has been an arrest made. Sigfredo Alvarez Ceja is under arrest. He's 56 years old. He's charged with first-degree murder. Bond set at $200,000. A neighbor says that they were arguing before the shooting. She believes the fatal shooting stemmed from the neighbor being fed up with Joss's antics. But, of course, the husband shared a very different story, as we know. SAPD says they have no evidence of this this homophobia being the cause of this. It says, we've got no evidence whatsoever to indicate that Mr. Joss's murder was related to his sexual orientation. We take such allegations very seriously and have thoroughly reviewed all available information. Should any new evidence come to light, we will charge the suspect accordingly. And the investigation is, of course, still on.
So they'd called the cops on him 40 times and mental health?
Yeah.
And now they got him in for murder.
I'm sure John Redcorn was not on drugs. I'm sure of it.
I mean, it could be, yeah.
Maybe peyote.
I don't know.
All right. But that's sacred.
Either way, R.I.P. to John Redcorn.
Yep.
You will be missed.
This is going to be an interesting thing to follow. This is going to be on national news.
Now we know, because Dale is dead, that he could not have found out about John Redcorn and been the shooter.
You'll never know.
Yes, because Dale, if anyone had a reason to shoot him,
I hope he didn't never find out.
I hope so too. Well, or I hope maybe they're up in heaven talking about it.
Well, there it's all right. Yeah, they can get along. Yeah. Down here, I'm glad he didn't find out.
All right, we will be back. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
How's your water? Did you wake up this morning and wash yourself clean underneath a Connecticut water softened shower? If you did, carry on. You're doing things the right way. If you didn't, if you got a different water softener, or maybe none at all, I want you to listen real close. You got an opportunity to get the very best water softener you can find in this part of the world. It's called Connecticut. Designed and built in the United States, it's got all the awards to prove it's the best you can get around here. And right now, there's never been a better deal. If you want to get it free for 90 days, call 656-PURE. You'll call them right now. They'll come out to your home, put one in if you're already plumb for a water softener, and you'll see after 90 days what I'm talking about. No more powder on the dishes. Your water is safe and clean. No more dish problems. No more pipe problems. Your refrigerator's going to last longer. And heck, you might live a longer life just for it. But I'll tell you what, you'll have better tasting water. You'll have what you've been chasing, something you don't have to worry about at all. You'll save money on salt. You even save money on power. You don't even plug a Connecticut in. It works off kinetic energy. I know. It's science. I don't understand. But it works. So call them today and find out. Get one in your home. And if you do decide to buy, there's deals going there. With approved credit, you got 2 years with no credit added. You also get money in your old water softener. They'll pay you for some of those parts. And then there's that free reverse osmosis water drinking station right on your sink. They got the decor to match your home. Just call them today to take advantage of all that. That's 656-PURE. Get yourself a Connecticut and come on by and thank me later.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on home insurance by checking Allstate first.
Hold it.
Like to check the assembly instructions first.
Hold it.
Before building the bookcase.
And done. Whew. You can let go.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Potential savings vary. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Have you been thinking about starting TRT? The time is now. You can visit any Synergenics or Low T center and get your consultation and test free. Don't let Low T slow you down this summer. Get the energy you need at Low T Center and Synergenics. Offer limited. Book now at fixmylowt.com.
Hey, it's Mike Rohn. If I have a choice, I like to do business with companies that actually stand for something. That's why I switched from Verizon to Pure Talk. No offense to Verizon, I'm sure they stand for something. I just don't know what it is. Pure Talk, on the other hand, is a veteran-owned company that supports our military in a big way, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I also appreciate unlimited talk and text and plenty of data for half the cost of the big guys, and I do like being on America's most dependable 5G network for just $20 a month, but what I really appreciate is no contract, no cancellation fees, and Pure Talk's commitment to handle all their customer service in this country. I saw it for myself. I went to Georgia, I got a tour of their headquarters, I met their CEO, and I talked to the same customer service folks that you'll talk to when you dial pound 250 and say keyword micro. Switch today and save 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say keyword micro. Pure Talk. A wireless company that actually stands for something.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/radio, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and respect. A firm backed by a track record of success and a commitment to our clients. If you've been injured, trust Thomas J. Henry. San Antonio, Texas.
Eczema flaring up again? We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
Apparently the cat meant a lot to you guys in the mornings, and it became the morning show mascot. Cool, keep it in the mornings.
Yeah, but our mascot in the afternoon is Pledge. So, I mean, that's y'all can have the kitty in the morning, and that's great.
Kitty in the morning could also be a country song.
Well, that could be.
Who doesn't want to start their day that way?
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1. San Antonio's Sports Star. You're listening to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Oh, yeah, baby.
This gets my Texas up. A little pride in my state when I hear this.
Playing the blues, baby. Ah, yes. A little bit of Backstreet Boys here for you on a Tuesday morning.
Bite
Pretty
your
little
tongue.
thing. She's my pride and joy. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm a little lover boy. Yes, sir. Morning Huddle 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. Man, Chris says he went to Fox Tech. It's closed down now.
My God, how many high schools this guy go to?
No, Chris said he went to Fox Tech.
Oh, he went. Oh, Fox
He
Tech
said-
will live in.
He said West Campus, Fox Tech, Sam Houston, Lanier, and Burbank are the poorest schools in the city.
I would. Well, there used to be Edgewood. I put Kennedy in there.
Okay.
I put Kennedy down there as one of those that needs a little bit of something.
Okay.
Jay's probably a little would happily.
Lanier too.
Lanier.
He mentioned Lanier. That was one of the ones he mentioned.
Yeah, West Campus. We had it rough there for a minute.
Man. Now, I purposefully moved into a neighborhood where my kids would go to a rough and tumble school. They are going to, I want them to grow up hard.
Well, my parents realized they'd made a terrible mistake.
Oh,
and sent my brother and sister to private school. So
what?
Yeah.
Is that true?
That's absolutely true.
Okay.
Well, I stayed in high school for a lot of reasons, sports and all that other stuff. But, yeah, my brother and sister went to private school after I left West Campus. They realized that was a mistake.
Now, I know.
Oops. We won't ruin the other two.
Now, I know you're.
I would have went to Harlem.
The other two,
so
they'll
now-
be fine. This one we'll just have to keep close.
Now, I know your brother is a very successful attorney.
Mm-hmm.
What's your sister do?
Well, my sister lives in D.C. She is I don't know what to describe, but she works for a hedge fund guy.
That sounds like she's doing okay too.
She's doing fine.
So, is it safe to say you're the least successful of your siblings?
I would say that's a very safe statement. But success is, if you're measuring it in dollars, I'm an absolute failure. But I'm a happy dude.
I would be pissed at my parents.
Why? I chose. I mean, they wanted me to go. I fought it. I wasn't going to leave.
Okay. So you made your bed.
I made my bed as a 15-year-old. In hindsight, I'd like to have learned math.
Yeah.
In hindsight, math turns out to have been a necessary part of life. Yeah. And I was, so there's some give and take. I had a good time.
You're lucky you didn't grow up to be like John Redcorn.
Well, you keep in mind, West Campus was the only high school I've ever seen that barbed wire faced in.
Yeah. You ain't getting out of here, Bubba.
You could get in all you wanted. You weren't leaving.
The 80s were rough.
Yeah, Rob, I mean, with the way he grew up, he could easily be one of these zombies walking up and down Eisenhower.
Could have been, man. Anybody who lived through Indian Creek, and you know who I'm talking about, we good and tough. We've been through it.
I'll be damned. Well, I'm glad you made it out, Rob.
I am too.
I know.
I'm glad you made it out.
The hard streets of Southwest San Antonio, the mean streets of military.
I mean, now
the ghettos of Ray Ellison Drive.
I think it's safe to say now that John Redcorn,
the best people in the world down there. I'm not going to denigrate that. That's my neighborhood, man.
Now that John Redcorn is dead, I would say you're the most successful guy from your class.
No, Devin Brown, by far the most successful, walked out of our high school. By far.
Was he in your class?
No, much younger.
Oh, then he doesn't count. I'm saying from your class.
Oh, no, I'm not even in my
for
class.
sure you are.
No, I'm not.
Rob.
There's some wonderfully successful and great people come out of that place.
None of them can say it on the radio, though.
No, but they can say it
just
in places
say it.
that truly matter.
And if you say it on the radio, people believe it.
Yeah, that's what I found.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people believe anything you tell them.
Yeah, but I'd like to have known. Truly, I'd like to know if Joss, this dude went to high school with me. I want to know. Did he really?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Please tell me
but
he did.
I mean, obviously he wasn't John Redcorn at the time, so you had no idea. And I'm guessing the theater program at West Campus wasn't exactly.
It wasn't thriving. No, we didn't have a. No, man, I believe somebody kicked my ass if I was in the theater department.
That's probably what made him crazy.
I don't think we had a theater. I'm kidding, not kidding. I don't think there was a theater department.
I mean,
Major R didn't have one.
I'm sure he didn't.
No,
yeah, but so you would have never known. He was probably just some random dude.
My high school wasn't that big. There was probably 250 in my graduating class. That's what I'm saying. I think I'd have known him if he was there.
He's the same age as you.
But when I was there, in my defense,
You were
the
like
military bases were still open, and so it was a rather transient population. You had a lot of people coming and going, just Air Force brats kind of stuff. So maybe he came and went.
Rob was also he was a cool kid. Vic. Unlike us,
that's right.
Vic, me and you got bullied all the time.
I was a wazoo.
Actually, yeah, I did get bullied.
Yeah, Rob was a.
Well, I got bullied. Dude, let me tell you. I don't know if you've noticed my general complexion. And growing up,
you're a pale skin.
I'm a little lighter than most. I was telling Vic today that when I was in 8th grade, I don't know how we got on the subject of names. What were we talking about, Vic? But I didn't know. In 8th grade, I had a dude that sat next to me. His name was Jesse Orozco. And he didn't speak any English, like none. And we were in English.
Okay.
And
so you were taking the same English class as someone who was taking English as a second language.
There was only one English class. What year
there wasn't
did you
like
graduate? I graduated high school in 83. Okay. But at Allen B. Shepherd, this was in 8th grade, so this would have been 1978. And Jesse Orozco sat right next to me. I never put the fact that Jesus was spelled Jesus.
Yeah.
So
I found out that way too.
Jesse was like the second day I'm helping him do the stuff, and he wrote his name in the chicken scratch that he could because he couldn't speak any English, and he wrote Jesus, and I was like, "No, brother, your name's Jesus." He's like pointing out, like, "Yeah, Jesus." It's like, your name is Jesus. I'd never put two and two together that Jesus was Jesus.
God, your parents should have made you go to private school.
I was like, your name Jesus? Oh, I had no idea.
Oh boy, wow. Yeah, you know what, man? I wish that I had some horrific war stories of the schools that I went to.
My high school was not that bad. There was good teachers. We did our best with what we had.
Even when I went and lived in New Mexico, and let me tell you something, New Mexico education, it ain't a pretty thing.
I can identify.
But they did a good job of separating the people who had a chance from the people who didn't have a chance.
So we still had that. Back in the 80s, like the kids that were a little rough around the edges were normally gone by noon.
Yeah.
You know, they had been bussed off to some other campus someplace else.
Well, there was a, so the town that I lived in New Mexico was called Farmington.
Oh, yeah.
And when I lived there was only one high school campus. So, like, there was over 1,000 people in my class. They right after I left, they built a second school. But what they would do is, if you were it was the only high school, but there was what they called an alternative campus.
Alternative campus. Shop was taught there.
If you showed any kind of, there were almost as many kids at that campus as there was at the real high school. And there was 50 to a classroom. They didn't care. Once you're put over there, you're fed to the wolves.
You're warehoused.
Good luck. And you're going to be John Redcorn one day, walking the streets yelling at clouds. But like that's what they did. It was like, if you had any kind of behavioral nonsense,
gone.
Beat it.
We'll put you out to pasture.
Yeah.
The world needs ditch diggers too, son.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Unless you were white, and then you got a second chance.
Got to pass. Yeah.
Then you would get a second chance, because even I got arrested in high school, and they gave me a second chance. Yeah. But that was a luxury that I had. That was what
white privilege.
That's what the kids used to call privilege.
Yeah.
Back when white men had it good. Now
now you don't.
You know, guys like Harvey Weinstein ruined it for the rest of us.
Regular old guys, and actually no means no. Damn it.
Yes.
And Brett Favre.
Yes, I know. Brett Favre, come on.
And that's how I learned how to act with women.
Come on.
Following my idol, Brett Favre. And he showed me the right angle to take pictures with and everything. And it didn't work for me either.
White men used to have it so good in this country. And then guys like Harvey Weinstein and Brett Favre came along and ruined
screwed it up for all of us.
Thanks a lot, Bubba. Now we're on the bottom. Great.
And I'm on top.
Yeah, congratulations, Vic. Actually, no. If you were I'm sorry. You're still
limited by a lot of other things.
On top. Let's slow down. Like you moved up a notch. But yeah, like you're allowed to vote, but don't act like you're on top.
Oh yeah.
Don't get all uppity on us.
Yeah.
All right.
Now when you're famous, you can just grab them. And luckily for me, I am very famous, right, Mr. President?
AJ, you become very famous.
So you know what I can do.
Watch your hands.
You know what I can do. You just grab them by the
little handsy.
Grab them right by it.
It's a shocker.
Stop.
Ever seen how AJ shakes hands?
You stop it, kitty. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back, wrap up hour number 2. I've actually got some giveaway. You're gonna go see the Pantera Walk. Oh, the Cemetery Gates.
Yep.
Gosh, that's a record.
Oh yes,
the Cemetery Gates.
That's a big hit for them. A big hit for them. This Love, I contest. I do contest that This Love by Pantera is the greatest strip club song of all time.
We'll have to. Okay.
So
that's a high calling.
There you go. We'll give away those tickets next. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We'll start with some good news. Just cleared that stall off 1604 eastbound at O'Connor. On Loop 410 northbound, the off-ramp to Calabria. Now that's partially blocked with a disabled vehicle. Slowing down along Highway 90 eastbound Montgomery on over to Loop 410. Also, your travel time along 1604 should take you about 20 minutes westbound I-10 on over to 281 and 1604 northbound I-10 to 35, 10, 12 minutes. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
There's a reason Intuitive Services Group handles our janitorial needs here at 94.1. They're local and serious about cleanliness. From nightly cleaning to detailed floor care, they deliver. We trust them and you can too. Call Mo at 830-470-3007. That's 830-470-3007.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
If you need to hire, you know it takes time. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You simply pick a time and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day.
Try Zip Intro for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow.
Imagine selling your home and getting paid before and after it sells. It's like getting paid twice. Jason Minix here from San Antonio Sports Star. You can do that with Orchard. Orchard puts cash into your pocket so you can buy your dream home. Then your Orchard experts prepare and market your old home, including repairs, showings, even price-boosting upgrades. And here's why Orchard's the best. When your home sells for more, which happens 9 times out of 10, you get that cash too. It's almost like getting paid twice. That's why Orchard is the smarter, faster, hassle-free way to sell your home. Orchard can unlock cash from your old home to use on your new home. That's payday 1. Then you buy your new place, and once you're in, Orchard sells your old home for top dollar. You get that money too. Boom, payday 2. Learn how you can make more with Orchard. Start with your free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the Cowboys are back at it. OTAs the second time around.
We'll get all the reaction from what we're hearing from the star, from Shireen Williams. She joined us at 5:15.
And the NBA Finals are a day closer. You like the Pacers? You like the Thunders?
We got how many more days of this? The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jason Minix, and you're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Is this the this is Pantera?
Oh, yeah. What do you say? Oh, can't you see? I'm easily bothered by persistence, Rob. One step from lashing out at you. Call yourself a friend. Oh, you a Pantera guy? Texas boys
sure.
right here, Rob.
Are they? I'm looking. I've heard of them my whole life. It's not like I don't know. I remember when Dimebag Darrell died, but that's about all I know. Not really down my.
Be yourself, by yourself, stay away from me. A lesson learned in life, known from the dawn of time.
People also searched for Slayer,
Respect.
Sepultura, and
Walk.
Megadeth when looking for.
What do you
Pantera.
say? Respect. Yeah. Walk. Are you talking to me?
This is growler music.
Yeah.
Growlers.
Yeah, you got to watch the
You gotta
video.
growl. Run your mouth when I'm not around. It's easy to achieve.
That's what I sound like when I get
Cry
up.
to weak friends that sympathize. That's right. Can you hear the violins playing your song?
This is what my wife and I danced to in our first song at our wedding.
I See Dead People says, if it wasn't for AJ, we wouldn't know what music is playing while watching YouTube.
No, you
That's
wouldn't.
true.
You have to.
Yeah.
You
that's
have to
good,
have
yeah.
the lyrics to kind of get you through, and I'm sorry for you
Everybody knows.
By yourself, stay away from me.
See, we actually have the license to allow the music to be played, but
just on the
most
radio.
artists don't want AJ's voice.
That's right.
So you just get AJ alone.
Yes, that is true.
It's a blessing.
I don't know. I do want to know who's playing with Pantera. Hey, Vic, while I'm figuring this out, play
in Austin. Let's see.
Yeah, we're gonna give away tickets first of all to Pantera September 2nd live at the Germania Insurance Amphitheater. We got 2 tickets. It's part of Live Nation's $30 ticket to summer. Play the This Love. This is the greatest strip club song in the history of time. And I know there's a lot of people who have their own things that they like. Vince says, "Who's Pantera?" You can't.
Thanks, Vince.
Vince, I'm pretending right now that you're not a serious person. I'm pretending you're not being serious right now.
If you don't know Pantera, there will be the opening bands are going to be Flesh Hoarder,
okay,
Shock Narcotic, Snafu, and let's see here, Anon Armarth, Amon Armarth.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Is this the song?
This is This Love.
This is what I get in the champagne room?
Yes. Let's see. Currently composed of Rex Brown, Phil Anselmo, and touring musicians Zach Wilde and Charlie Benante, because Dimebag died and Vinnie Paul is gone.
This is a song?
Yes. Vinnie Paul died a couple years later. I don't know exactly when Vinnie died. It was a while back though. He was the drummer. But Phil Anselmo, I think, is the singer, is maybe a little bit alt-right. Maybe I don't know how to say it.
You wear a red hat? Or
I think it's further than that.
A little Christian nationalist work going on.
Yeah.
A little brotherhood action.
You're like, oh, how can this be a great strip club song?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the.
Yeah, you're thinking, oh, this is.
The video is awesome.
But here we go. And any girl who dances to this does stuff.
Yeah.
And has piercings.
Yeah, you're going to find bits of metal in strange places.
Oh.
Yep.
You
How'd that
take
get
this
there?
love. Oh, love Pantera. Pantera probably the second most famous rock and roll band out of Texas, behind ZZ Top.
Right.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. R.I.P. though to the real ones, Vinnie Paul and Dimebag Darrell. But I guess hey, they Phil Anselmo and these dudes, they still got to go make some money, so that's what they're going to do. We'll see how it works out for them.
Knock yourself out.
I might be interested in going to see what
think you
Pantera
might
looks
enjoy
like.
that show.
I haven't seen Pantera in a long, long time, since I was probably in my 20s, my young 20s. So might be interested to go check them out. A little Pantera action. Let's do caller number 4. You're going to go see Pantera at the Germania Insurance Amphitheater in Austin. Congratulations. That's out there at the F1 track. Part of Live Nation's $30 ticket to summer.
Think they'll have a pit?
Oh, yeah. If you don't have a pit at a Pantera show, why are you even there?
Where they charge each other like a...
Yeah.
Have you seen those videos?
That's right.
Where they separate and come at each other?
All right, we will be back. We're halfway there. Living on a Prayer, Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes give you options, from a meal of classic faves to a feast of more indulgences to a whole world of deliciousness. Get Lux for less and choose your Lux Cravings box at Taco Bell today. At participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
Have you ever closed your eyes and pictured owning a piece of the Texas coast? Ocean views, world-class fishing off of Matagorda Bay? Well, dream no more. This Saturday, June 7th, Driftwood Shores at Wolf Point is dropping the final release of these incredible coastal properties. We're talking 1 to 3 acre properties, all with ocean access for just $49.9. You heard correctly, $49.9. This gated community has a waterfront resort-style pool and cabana, your own boat slip and launch, even boat and RV storage, plus paved roads and underground utilities. It's the whole shebang. It's all happening this Saturday, June 7th. 1 to 3 acres with ocean access, just $49.9. Yes, just $49.9. Call now for your private tour at 210-853-0389. Excellent financing. Don't wait another minute. Call 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389. Texas coastal land has never been this affordable.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ. That's JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio where I've practiced for more than 30 years. And San Antonio has really grown since I started practicing law. The risk of injury in a car crash today is greater than it's ever been, because every day we're forced to share our roads with 80,000-pound 18-wheelers and some truly dangerous drivers. If you or a family member is injured in a car crash, know this: the insurance companies are mobilized against you. They have highly trained adjusters and a long roster of attorneys with one job: pay as little as possible. Their techniques are extensive, and I believe you have zero chance of obtaining a fair recovery on your own. If you're involved in a car crash, you need to hire an attorney as soon as possible after the collision and before you speak to the insurance company's adjusters. Now, I do not have a comic book nickname. I do not call myself the Law Eagle, the Tiger Lawyer, the Law Chupacabra. I think the practice of law needs to be taken more seriously. If you've been injured, call me, Jason Thompson, for a free consultation. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400, or my website, alawyerforus.com.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check you have your phone first. before the cab pulls away.
Hey, thanks, man. No, wait, my phone, come back. It's got my boarding pass, credit cards, phone numbers, my life, come back.
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
Gain a global perspective and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking with an MBA from University of Maryland Global Campus. Study online and complete your degree in just 16 months for about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. Classes start June 11th. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a couple of trouble spots along Loop 410, westbound San Pedro. That stalls in the right lane, and we've still got this debris in the roadway. 410 westbound Vance Jackson in various lanes. 1604 westbound from I-10 to 281, now a 25-minute ride. Eastbound 1604 Bandera Road over to I-10, 10-12 minutes. And on 410 southbound 35 to I-10 should take you about 10-12 minutes. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The UTSA Roadrunners know who and where they'll be playing in their first ever Super Regional. It'll take place June 6th through the 9th as they head to Jackie Robinson Stadium in Los Angeles to face off against UCLA in a best-of-3 series. In the Women's College World Series, the Texas Longhorns punched their ticket to the finals with a 2-0 win over that other orange team with a T, Tennessee. They'll face Texas Tech, who beat OU 3-2 with a walk-off in the bottom of the 7th. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
8:02 on the Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. AJ and Rob getting you through on a Tuesday. Ugh. Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday has no feel. Has nothing.
Gross. Especially no game going. I made my game 1 wager yesterday on the Thunder Pacers series. Got my money down
on the Pacers, huh?
No, I'm not. I think I'm gonna be against you on this one. 9 points. I said they're gonna win by probably 15.
Oh man.
I think they're gonna molly. I went back and I looked at the last time they played, which was late March, and it was in OKC, and they won by 21 points.
What'd you get it at? What was the line when you hit?
9.
It's at 9.5 now. You're not alone.
Okay, good. Follow the money, baby.
I'm not alone.
Follow the money.
I'm gonna let it get to about 10.
Okay.
It might get to 11.
They played about even in the first quarter and the fourth quarter of that game. In the second and third quarters, though, the Thunder outscored the Pacers 73-53. 20 points better than in the middle of the game. I just think this team is on a different level, and again, maybe I'll be totally wrong. Maybe I'll look silly for hyping this team up the way I have. But
just for the sake of entertainment, I hope you're wrong.
That's why.
I mean, I got no dog in the fight. I'd like to see a hard-fought series. Now, it might go, I don't mind a hard-fought sweep. I really don't, as long as it comes down to the end, and I never feel like a team lost. I want a team that got beat. There's such a difference. I want to see the team walking off the court going, we got beat because that team was better, not because my guy got fouled out or that guy got hurt. And if it goes 4, that's fine, but I want competitive games. I don't want, a team just to punt game 4 because we're going home. I hate that crap. So if we get that, I'll be all right with just 4. I think we're going to end up watching just 5, but or maybe if I'm having anything to do with it, 6. But I don't think it's going to be a particularly close series. I just think I want it to be hard fought.
I think it's going to be 5 if Indiana finds a way to win Game 3. If they lose Game 3, it's over in 4.
Well, it's typical tournament or game 1, Game 3. Those are the 2 vital ones.
Yeah. All right. I think the 2 home games, I think it's going to be domination. I think in Indiana, maybe they can get hyped up with OKC up 2-0. They fight back hard. Maybe they win one. But if they lose that Game 3, it's a sweep. That's their shot.
I would say it's hinging on that. If they lose one of the first 2.
In the most recent game, Shea went for 33 points. Actually, arguably 33 points obviously led the team, but maybe the best player on the floor for him in that game was Lou Dort, who went 8 of 11 from the field, including 6 of 7 from 3, had 22 points, 5 boards in that game. Led the team in led the starters in plus minus, and Alex Caruso led the team in plus minus, of course.
I don't know what Carlisle's defensive strategy is going to be. I don't pretend to have any plan or idea how you stop Shea. But I think as far as defensive prep, I would much rather get beat by Lou Dort. I'd much rather lose to Caruso's threes than I would Shea Gilgeous's 35.
Well, I think that's the lesson he learned from the first game they played.
So if I watch what Finch did as a coach, I know not to do that. I know not to do and just leave him be and hope for the best. I gotta double him. I gotta do everything I can to get Shea out of the game. And it can't be just out of the offense, because he's a giving guy. He will gladly pass up a shot for a better shot. I mean, he'll rack up 15 assists and be proud, walk off knowing he did his job. He has to be taken out of the game, in that I got to get the ball out of his hands early in the clock as fast as possible.
Let me read you Shea's stat line from the first game they played this year. And I think that Carlisle said as much in the second game, because holding him to 33 was actually a reprise, because in game 1, Shea went 15 of 22.
I can't have him taking 22 shots.
7 boards, 8 assists, 2 blocks, 45 points.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, if he's taking 22 shots, then you know what that tells me?
You're dead.
Well, you're dead, and he's probably taking 15 free throws on top of that.
11 of 11 from the line.
You got to get the ball out of his hands as early as you can, whatever it takes, and then hold on for dear life. That's the only way I can.
If you hold on for one more day,
you're gonna have to do it.
Things go your way,
and it's impossible. I mean, we're talking about the MVP, so you just hope you got enough 2 or 3 angles of attack, and maybe one of them will work for just long enough to keep you in the game, and hope one of the others isn't hitting. I mean, I'm trying to find an avenue to win, and for me, if I'm a Pacer, that's it. That's all I got. I mean, and the sad thing is, he controls the pace, he controls the ball, he dominates the pace, and he can stop the clock at any moment to get a free throw. So there's so much that goes into his game that's above and beyond the 35 he's getting.
Yeah, and again, 2 wins, 2 covers for the Thunder in this game, in the series this season, in the regular season. And remember, both of those games were Chet Holmgren-less. There was no Chet for Oklahoma City.
I will say this, and pay attention to this. I do think, and they still kind of are running into it, though I would say after Denver it seemed to be a little bit less. And that's because Jokic takes up such a part of the game.
Right.
The offense does tend to get a little stagnant. when Chet, Shea, and Jay Will are all in it at the same time. I do think that Chet can sometimes get in the way. And I'm not taking away from him. He's a kid. But I would pay attention to that, how those three play together and what the offense looks like. Because if they're working and they're cutting like it looked like at the end of the Minnesota series, there's no problems. That seems to have gone away. But I will say in the Denver series, there were times when you wanted to get Chet out of the game to get Shea back involved.
Yeah, I do think, though, when you've got a defensive sieve at the 5, which Indiana does.
They do, man.
Miles Turner, I get why they're keeping him out there, because offensively he gives them an extra dimension, but
they couldn't keep him out in the last series.
He is almost unplayable on the defensive end, and I think Chet and Hartenstein both have a big series here. Obviously, I think Shea is going to be the driver. I think Shea is going to be the force that runs the engine, but I do think that the bigs for OKC are going to feast, because Miles Turner's just so bad on that end.
Backing him up, you got Tony Bradley, which, you
can't put that guy on the
well, he's a defensive dude, but he is that. I mean, he's an offensive
zero.
Yeah. Jarris Walker hurt. Isaiah Jackson hurt. This is going to be. There's a potential here for Chet to have a pretty good offensive series. To affect the game, not just with his defense, but to be a legitimate point of attack, because there's just a donut out there, and they don't have a Caruso to lean on Jokic.
No.
They're going to have to hope Obi Toppin can go down and play a little bit of defense, and I just don't think that's going to help. So there's a potential here to see a real breakout over the next couple of games from Chet, like an offensive threat kind of breakout, like let's ISO him and see what he can do kind of thing.
Yeah, and I do think there's some potential for him to have a big series. I think he'll have a good series on the boards too, because what we saw in the last series with Indiana when they were playing against the Cavs, the Cavs were drawing Miles Turner, and really with the Knicks too. Cat would draw Miles Turner out, and then he became a non-factor from a rebounding standpoint too.
That's why they couldn't keep him on the court. He just wasn't up to the task, and Chet will eat that alive, man.
I think so too. Yeah, I just don't. I've tried to look at it objectively. I know I've as the Brigade Bar will say, I've been glazing the Thunder, but as much as I've tried to look at it, I can't find a path. Like, I really have a hard time finding a path to a Pacers win.
You have to hope for bad luck to play a role. You know what I mean? Because you're just outmatched right now. You just don't have the manpower to go. And you hope your offensive style keeps you going. You're going to have to force the Oklahoma City to play a lot of run-back defense. Get them moving. Don't let them sit still and let those 5 or 4 ball hawks play you in a half court that you can't switch through. You're going to have to play offense behind them. You have to try to get the ball behind them as fast as you can. And that's what the Pacers do. So they've got a puncher's chance. But even a puncher's chance, as I said yesterday, puncher's chance means you go 6 games.
Right.
You know what I mean? You land a couple of solid games, solid punches, and win a couple. But it only is because you landed a lucky punch.
I mean, we saw when the Timberwolves, the what was it, Game 3, where they smacked around the Thunder. When you look at the box score, it's easy to tell why. They went 20 of 40 from 3.
And that's what you hope for, a little bit of bad luck.
If you have really great luck or they have really bad luck, you've got a chance.
And that's one game. So what are you going to do in the other game?
Right,
so
because you're not going to shoot 20 of 40 from 3 every game. It's just, it doesn't happen.
So you got to find a way to win one game legitimately, another game, and then once you got 2, then you just hope against hope. Throw stuff against the wall.
Yeah. I think this is I think it's a special team, man. I think I love the way that they seem to be playing for each other. I don't know. I just really dig what they're putting together there. And I think Indiana's, they're cute. Like it's pay
attention to the small forward side.
Yeah, they're cute.
Well, pay attention to the Pacers. I mean, they can roll out a lineup that has Nesmith and Mathurin and Shepard and Siakam. So they've got some dudes of mobility and size that can kind of match up if Oklahoma City wants to go small and active. They can do that. But the real difference is in the post. I just think that the front line is going to dominate the boards, as you said. So a lot of those fast break things that Indy has to have. They can't just get their fast break out of the net. They're going to have to pull it off the wall. And if they can't get those boards, suddenly that's an 8-point swing, and then there's no chance.
And I want to see how Halliburton handles being bullied.
He's going to be bullied.
He is going to get pushed around. He is going to get thumped on.
By everybody.
And the Thunder aren't worried about fouls because Dort's in foul. Dort got 2 fouls. Okay, put Caruso on him for a little while. It's just hell.
Look at the fouls per minute. They don't foul. They defend without fouling.
Do.
They move their feet. They're a worst nightmare when it comes to man pressure. I mean, they're just about as bad as it's ever been in the NBA. 4 dudes that will lock you up.
And Halliburton does not like you to be physical with him. He likes to have his space. He likes to be able to see what's going on. You're gonna have 2 giants on the floor.
Create your gravity and pull your guys to the double and make your right pass. I mean, there's things that you can play judo with these guys and use their weight against them. There's some things you can do.
Nos Marba says we already saw the best series. Yeah, I think the best series was the Nuggets and the Thunder.
I think
that was
hindsight,
their best chance.
If we were ranking the value and quality of teams at the end of this tournament, Denver will probably come in at 3. They're probably the 3rd best team in this thing.
Yeah, I guess especially when you factor in the injuries that Boston had. Yeah, you might be right, but I just think there's on offense and defense. There's too many. Like I think Oklahoma City's a little bit better offensively than Indiana is. I think they're a world better defensively than Indiana is.
That's the separator.
That to me, that's where you can't make it up. Like Oklahoma City doesn't put bad defenders on the floor.
Well, they don't have any.
Indiana has multiple bad defenders that they have to play because they don't have an option on the other end.
Yeah, but they sacrifice defense for offense. They do.
But their offense is still worse than Oklahoma City's.
Oh, it's a different kind of offense. Well, it's a different kind of offense.
Yeah.
Worse, better, I don't know, but it's just a different style.
Well,
they get out and go.
If offense is measured in points per possession or points per 100 possessions, then Oklahoma City's a better offense.
It's a different offense. Better is in the eye of the beholder. I mean, just because you've got a great offense doesn't mean you're scoring 110 points. Sometimes your intent isn't to do that. It's to hold the ball for 24 seconds and I can get a bucket when I want it instead of when I get it. So, yeah, their onslaught, they're a lot alike. They really are. The way that the defense turns the ball over and gets 6 points in a wave. And then they might miss a couple of jump shots, but then they'll roll 8 at you. But Oklahoma City's better at that because they've got better defenders. But offensively, don't sell Indiana short. They're going to get out behind them. They have to. They're going to have to get moving, or they're just going to get pounded.
Oklahoma City, a minus 700 favorite right now to win the series. Indiana plus 500 on the comeback, if you think that can happen. The total games, over under 5.5. If you like over 5.5 plus 115.
That's kind of where I'm landing, man. I'm not going to put anything down until tomorrow, but that's where I'm still sitting unless somebody.
Under 5.5 minus 135.
Which is probably where all the money's going to land.
That's where I'm going to be. Mm-hmm. That's where I'm going to be for sure. Where I'm going to be. Some of the player props for this series. Total points, series leader.
Total points?
Total points scored.
Well, let's see. Do we have a number?
I'm going to tell you, Shea is the favorite.
And are we looking at like 180?
Well, no. This is like to be the leader. So
okay.
all the names. Shea is the favorite. Minus what?
Oh gosh. What was the to win it all? Minus 700.
They're minus 700 to win it all.
Right around there.
Shea is minus 3,500 to be the leading scorer in the series.
What? Well, I mean, yeah.
If you think Jalen Williams will be the leading scorer, he's your second favorite at plus 2,500, 25 to 1 on him.
So they have both those dudes scoring more than
Siakam 28 to 1.
Say, where's Siakam in there?
Halliburton 60 to 1. T.J. McConnell, Miles Turner, Lou Dort, and Isaiah Hartenstein, Chet, all the rest of the guys are 200 to 1.
I would say if T.J. McConnell leads them in scoring, terrible things have happened.
Yeah, but the four that are less than 200 to 1, Shea minus 3,500, Jalen Williams 25 to 1, Siakam 28 to 1, Halliburton 60 to 1. So that's pretty much a given.
That tells you, again, the kind of defense he's going to be going against, the kind of dudes that Halliburton's going to see facing. Doesn't matter the pick. So you roll off Caruso and you pick up Dort, all right? I mean, you roll off Dort and suddenly Hartenstein's defending you. It's going to be a long night. You better have your eyes open.
How about this? I actually like this a lot. To average 10-plus rebounds per game, Chet Holmgren, plus 120.
Oh, that's a big ask. Yeah.
I think against Turner, I think it's a very doable
I'm worried about
ask.
minutes. I'm worried about is he going to play enough minutes to do it. If you're talking about the leads you might have, you might not need to do all those rebounds.
That's a good point. That is a good point. Head-to-head threes made. Shea versus Siakam for the series is a pick'em.
Yeah, I was going to say this
minus
is where it might be
110
even.
each.
Shea's not a three-point shooter. I mean, he's effective, but that's not his game.
That is not, I mean,
yeah.
kind of Siakam. They're both kind of the same way.
Yeah.
Head-to-head rebounds, Shea versus Miles Turner. Dude, I know
I'd put that in Miles' locker. Look, bruh. Look. This is Shea versus you. You can't beat him. Come on.
I think I would take Shea.
Well, yeah. There's minutes played, and there's
Shea's
all
minus
that.
115.
And I'm just, even if Miles was to rebound at his regular rate, like there were times when they couldn't keep him on the court because defensively he was such a liability away from the paint. So it might be just a number of minutes availability to go get that stuff.
Jalen head-to-head rebounds with Turner, minus 200. Turner plus 155 on that one.
Boy, the numbers are just piling up.
Yeah.
It's just, you're outmanned at every position.
Yeah. I mean, this is expected to be a blowout. Oklahoma City minus 2.5 games. So if you think they win 4-1 or 4-0, which I do, is minus 140. If you think Indiana plus 2.5 games like you do, plus 120. So there's some value there if you believe in it. I just do not. I just think they are too much. A couple of props you can look at. Lou Dort to record 1-3 in every NBA Finals game.
Ooh, that's razor's edge stuff. If it goes the way you expect it, yes.
Minus 150.
Yeah.
Shea to score 25 or more in every Finals game.
Take that money.
Minus 130.
He's going to get 25.
Minus 130 there. Shea to record at least one three-pointer in each game.
Yeah, that's more money to be made. I like both offensive bets on him.
Plus 130.
Yeah, man, he'll hit a 3 a game. He'll get plenty of chances.
Here's another one I like, especially because, like I said, Miles Turner is so lost defensively. Chet Holmgren to record at least one three-pointer made in every NBA Finals game, plus 160.
He'll take – the thing is, that's part of their offense. They want him to get out there and
take 4 or 5.
Yeah, to stretch the offense. So, yeah, I'd like that money too.
I like that quite a bit. Tyrese Halliburton makes 2 threes in each NBA Finals game.
I think I like that too. He's going to be shooting for him.
Plus 265.
He'll have plenty of opportunities. I mean, he really will. He has to make those.
Plus 265. Chet to get 8+ rebounds in every Finals game.
That's a better number than 10.
Plus 275
I like
if you think
8.
he does that.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron Nesmith to record 2 threes in each Finals game.
That's a given. He's going to get lots of chances. He has to.
Plus 475 if you like that. So there's some good numbers out there.
Think of a matchup, and let's just play, let's play like we're getting 2K together. And
okay.
I look at the lineup that I see OKC running, and I go, you know what I'm going to put out there? I just want to see what Nesmith and Siakam and Toppin, and we'll throw in Thomas Bryant, a little bit more mobile. I'm going to throw in these 4 dudes to see athletically can they stay with these cats. And if they can, there might be some opportunity there.
All right. I mean, it sounds like you're doing a lot of hoping.
Well, that's what we talked a couple of years ago when Boston was tight. No, and there's some truth, some validity to that statement. If you're a believer in a team, and after the second you're in a big hole. Like if he can do this, you still have a chance. But he goes, if he can do this and if he can do that, you're in trouble. You have too many ifs out there, and Oklahoma doesn't have any ifs, and Indiana has lots of ifs.
If Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's head doesn't fall off, they win the series.
There you go. Well, if Halliburton gets 25 and has 0 turnovers, and if Obi Toppin can get out and run and get those guys a little bit of foul trouble, and if we can find a third scorer, if it's Nembhard or Naismith, then we got a chance. That's too many ifs.
And then that gives you one game if all that happens.
That's a lot of ifs, man.
All right, I got to tell you guys about Carbach. That's what I'm going to be drinking during the finals, baby. That was, in fact, I used a 12-pack of Hopadillo to hold down a basket with clothes in it to haul over to the first house. And what that meant is the first beer that went in my fridge was a 12-pack of Hopadillo. And
multiple purpose.
That's right, man. It is a versatile tool. And now I'm going to have cold beer when I get home today. I mean, you can't beat it, friends. You can't beat it. Isn't that right, Kitty? I know. So listen, and if you're not an IPA man, Rob's not an IPA man, no big deal. I am an IPA man. Hopadillo is great. That's our flagship. Right now, though, you can get the Hopadillo Imperial. That's the double dillo for those in the know, and it is packed at 9.9% ABV. 9 times. Bueller, 9 times. 9.9. And if you're not an IPA guy, not the end of the world. Crawford Bock, a great year-round drinker. Ziegenbach as well. And their biggest seller is the Love Street. That's their blonde-style Kolsch. It is just a fantastic, light, smooth, easy-drinking beer that you can find all over San Antonio. Not just the grocery stores and the liquor stores, the bars and restaurants as well. They are all over our great city. So when you're out and about this week, when eventually these NBA Finals games start happening, you can watch them. Go ahead and ask your bartender to please make it a Carbach.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like frames. Because you found a classic 70s concert poster. But when you went to get it framed, you realized the frame will cost about 4 times the amount of the poster. Which is actually absurd because no one will be looking at the frame, and if they are, then you severely overestimated how cool this poster is. But then you remember by switching your home and auto to Progressive, you could save hundreds and put it towards a classic 70s concert poster in an absurdly overpriced frame. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, J-O-E-Q, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-351-4596. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-351-4596. 800-351-4596. 800-351-4596.
Let's qualify for enrollment. Results vary. Consult with your tax professional prior to enrollment.
Did you know that 70% of divorces are filed by women? She's already thinking about it. I urge you, do not get caught off guard. I'm Gary Barton, owner of Barton & Associates. Divorce is tough, but it's up to you to take control and avoid your spouse from dictating the terms. At Barton & Associates, this isn't just about getting through the process. It's about securing your assets, safeguarding what you've worked hard for, and avoiding unnecessary losses. Visit TexasDivorce.com.
Principal Office, San Antonio.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Summer's here, and you can now get almost anything you need delivered with Uber Eats. What do we mean by almost? You can't get a well-groomed lawn delivered, but you can get chicken parmesan delivered. Sunshine? No. Some wine? Yes. Get almost anything delivered with Uber Eats. Order now. Alcohol in select markets. See app for details.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up on The Blitz, the Cowboys are back at it. OTAs the second time around.
We'll get all the reaction from what we're hearing from the star, from Shireen Williams. She joined us at 5:15.
game.
And the NBA Finals are a day closer. You like the Pacers? You like the Thunders?
We got how many more days of this? The Blitz starts at 2.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're locked on The Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime! Creepiest song of all time. One of the few times I don't recommend going to the YouTube feed. AJ's about to tuck it.
He's gonna tuck
He's
and
about
roll.
to tuck it.
Tuck and roll.
Tuck
Would
and
you
roll,
do me?
baby. Oh,
I'd
who
do
is
me.
this? Is this like a real song?
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Creepy as all get out, man.
Goodbye, horses. And
That's the name of the.
I think that's the name of the.
It's like to be known
that's
for
the name
this
of the
song.
song.
It
yeah.
puts the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
It puts the lotion in the basket. Don't you hurt my dog, bitch. Don't you hurt my cat.
I'm going to make a skin suit out of you. I'll make you into a vest. A little pocket right here. Put a nipple right on the pocket.
It puts the
little nipple
lotion in the basket. Is she a great big fat person?
I might have to go home and watch this one.
I don't know if is she a great big fat person?
G. Lazarus is a group.
Ah, yes. Yeah, to always be associated with
this is your band. Like, oh,
Buffalo
man.
Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
Yep, they got to play the serial killer song again.
Yep. Chris says coming out of college, I couldn't believe the Knicks took Obi Toppin that high. Thinks he was overrated.
He's turned out. You know what? I agree with him. I thought he was a little overranked too.
Okay, couple things. You have to remember, Obi Toppin was the best player in college basketball that year.
Well, he was playing on Dayton, so it was. He was an electric player, but because I didn't think he's a far better pro than I thought he was going to be.
He was a pick and roll god.
Yeah,
he can jump out of the gym,
which was why he got drafted,
and he could shoot. Now the problem is, scouts forgot you got to play both ways, and Obi, that ain't his thing. That ain't his bag, baby.
We got how long did Tibbs have him? Did Tibbs have him at all?
I don't think so. I don't think so. No, he was gone.
I'll tell you, he really is far better than I expected. And
He's pretty good.
He got drafted because he can touch the top of the box. I mean, that dude can elevate, but the defense has mattered. He does get out and run. He still really can't shoot great, but he's a scorer. I think he'll play if he plays a positive role. Certainly helps the Pacers, but I think his style of game, they're going to have to hit some jump shots, and he's really not going to be the guy to do that.
No. Although, I mean, he played his ass off against New York, but I think that was a little bit of
hatred, a little bit of something. But no, I've ever since he was freed from New York, even in New York, he was better than I expected. So no, that's one of those projects that great teams kind of get a guy turns into something more than you expected.
I thought coming out that he was very much like Sean Marion.
That would be the best.
And Sean Marion, obviously, at his peak, was better than Obi Toppin. But I said, man, you can see Sean Marion and Obi Toppin, and if he becomes that, then
same style of game.
Top 10 pick, yeah, absolutely. Which I think Sean Marion was around a top 10 pick, or late top 10 or early
highest dinosaur
teens
ever drafted.
Yeah, but again, a guy who why'd you draft this guy? Because he is a better athlete than anybody on the floor.
Get out and run, touch the top, play some defense.
If you teach him to play basketball, then my God, you've got something here. So yeah, I don't know if I don't know if I would say that I think Obi's overrated. I think Obi is what he is. He's a guy you come in, you brings a little offense, and
hey man, you're on again. He is so much better than I thought he. I thought he was a bit player, a highlight reel.
Okay.
But manifested into a defensive player that keeps him on the court. And let me tell you, you got to be a two-way player. You got to be offense first when you're playing for that kind of pacer style. But I think he can make a difference. I'm just not sure he can make enough of a difference.
Let's see. I'm looking back at that draft. They I guess the Knicks could have taken Tyrese Halliburton at 12.
Well, a lot of people.
They had the 8th pick. That really wasn't a.
Yeah, look who the Spurs.
That's a pretty bad draft, quite frankly. And there's a lot of guys you can look back and go, well, they could have done this. But most of the guys that were outside, I mean, Anthony Edwards is the best player out of that draft. Tyrese Halliburton and LaMelo Ball went 3rd. But James Wiseman went 2nd. Disaster. Patrick Williams, Isaac Okoro, Onyeka Okungwu, like Killian Hayes. There's a lot of duds in that draft. So to get Obi Toppin at 8, it's like almost they found one. You got to dig a little bit for like some jewels. Aaron Nesmith went 14. Cole Anthony went 15. Tyrese Maxey went 21.
That's the theft of the draft.
That is the theft of the draft.
Oh, man.
The Spurs, they picked they picked 11th, got Devin Vassell.
Who went 12?
Tyrese Halliburton.
Oh, that's right.
Went 12th. Desmond Bane went 30th. That's probably a good value. But there's the Spurs took Trey Jones in round 2.
Yeah, and solid. I mean,
there's just there wasn't a lot in that. It just was kind of a crummy draft. So if you were going to take a chance on a guy like Obi Toppin because he could jump through the roof, then it made sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it. All right. Where are we at, Vic, on the clock? Am I behind or ahead on the clock?
You're dead on.
No, you're right on.
Yeah, I think you're exactly where you want to be.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's
For the
weird.
first time all day, I'd be on schedule.
Man.
Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Blind squirrel and a broken clock.
Okay. Don't you touch my cat? That's only because I danced. I got us back on clock.
That was
it. See?
That's right. All it took was me dancing a little. You like that?
That's normally all it takes.
You want this?
You want?
Fun.
Don't kill my dog.
All right. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the NBA draft and a topic being kicked around, which I think is maybe unrealistic, but it warrants some discussion anyway. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a couple of trouble spots along Loop 410, westbound San Pedro. That stalls in the right lane, and we've still got this debris in the roadway. 410 westbound Vance Jackson in various lanes. 1604 westbound from I-10 to 281, now a 25-minute ride. Eastbound 1604 Bandera Road over to I-10, 12 minutes. And on 410 southbound 35 to I-10 should take you about 12 minutes. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rocket. Rocket.com is the new home for all things home ownership. Whether you're buying your first home, finding your next one, or unlocking home equity to fund one of your dreams, there's only one destination that has everything you need to get started, all under one roof. Get started today at Rocket.com. Rocket, own the dream.
Transform your water with Connecticut. For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off with a trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Don't wait. The offer ends soon. Call Connecticut today.
You've decided to divorce. I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you're worried about getting the bills paid, childcare, and your divorce, we'll help make it simple, painless, and affordable.
Your future matters. Call the law office of Steve Benke.
Call 210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
There's a reason Intuitive Services Group handles our janitorial needs here at 94.1. They're local and serious about cleanliness. From nightly cleaning to detailed floor care, they deliver. We trust them, and you can too. Call Mo at 830-470-3007. That's 830-470-3007.
Nigel, why does our office look like a casino?
I call it employee engagement.
Folks, right now is the ideal time to hit the jackpot on comfort with Quarter Moon's Lucky Sevens AC tune-up. It's just $77 for a complete 7-point inspection.
Excuse me, bossman. I've got a good feeling about that slot machine next to your desk. Joel, I couldn't get an advance on next week's check, could I?
Call Quarterman Plumbing, AC and Heating for your Lucky Sevens AC tune-up. Just $77. 210-651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074EM16004.
Imagine selling your home and getting paid before and after it sells. It's like getting paid twice. Jason Minix here from San Antonio Sports Star. You can do that with Orchard. Orchard puts cash into your pocket so you can buy your dream home. Then your Orchard experts prepare and market your old home, including repairs, showings, even price-boosting upgrades. And here's why Orchard's the best. When your home sells for more, which happens 9 times out of 10, you get that cash too. It's almost like getting paid twice. That's why Orchard is the smarter, faster, hassle-free way to sell your home. Orchard can unlock cash from your old home to use on your new home. That's payday 1. Then you buy your new place, and once you're in, Orchard sells your old home for top dollar. You get that money too. Boom, payday 2. Learn how you can make more with Orchard. Start with your free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/radio, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
I just noticed you're wearing shoes today, which is a step up.
I got all wrapped up.
Is the
in my
music?
Oh, yeah.
I got wrapped up in my headphone cord.
Yeah.
Couldn't escape.
You were excited, right?
Dancing to Depeche Mode?
No. Jarrett Culver, right? Is that yeah, Jarrett Culver. Rob and I are real sports guys, so we talk hoops during the break.
In the break, we talk basketball.
We were talking about the Philippe Petrusev-led Gonzaga Bulldogs.
You don't know why.
I don't know why. We were just talking about if Gonzaga guys are generally soft or not. Right. And one of my favorite guys from Gonzaga was this kid named Philippe Petrusev, who I thought was going to be, like, awesome in the NBA. And in the COVID year, he was better than Drew Timme. And then he just randomly up and left Gonzaga to go play professional ball in Serbia.
Wanted to be able to drink.
His first year was that team had Rui Hachimura and Brandon Clark and Corey Kispert and Petrusev. And then the next year they added Drew Timme, and they had a squad, man. And that was the COVID year. That's probably their best year.
The most NBA talent that the Zags have had that year.
Didn't get it done, man. Didn't get it done,
Kispert
baby.
Still should. I wouldn't mind to see Kispert in the Spurs.
I like Corey Kispert. Yeah, I mean, he ain't gonna play any defense for you, but he'll stroke it. And sometimes that's all you need. All you need is love. Also,
that's a song.
There was a song about that. I've heard that exact song sung before. I think that was the Rolling Stones.
Close.
Maybe not. Somewhere around there. somewhere around there. Okay, so I wanted to discuss the NBA draft a little bit, and apparently there are some offers out there. People are obviously trying to get hold of that number 1 pick. That's what everybody's hoping for. Everybody's hoping they can get the Mavs to decide they don't really want Cooper Flagg. They don't really need him.
Come on.
So ESPN did an article, potential trade offers for the 2025 top pick, Cooper Flagg. Now, the Mavericks have said they plan to draft Cooper Flagg. I can't imagine that they don't, especially with what Nico Harrison, the heat that's already on him.
I can't, that's too bad because I do think if it wasn't such a crazy-ass move to get them where they are, and that the move might be something that he would listen to, that because of his belief in defense and the things that he's saying he wants to truly get done, he can do that in a much quicker way. But he's in a corner. You're not going to pry that pick out of his hands. He just can't.
So here's a couple of options that get thrown around. You tell me if you're a Mavericks fan, or do any of these not infuriate you?
Well, a couple actually do make some sense. If Nico believes what he's saying about we're building for defense, that's what wins titles, we've got what we need offensively, yada, 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 then the deals are doable. But that's not the case.
Okay. Here's the first one. Phoenix sends Devin Booker a 2025 first, which is the 29th pick, 2028 first, a 2029 first-round pick swap, and the Suns get the number 1 pick, Klay Thompson, P.J. Washington, and basically some nonsense. Now, what that does do is this is where you start to gamble, because I know you think Cooper Flagg is going to be great.
Mm-hmm. I do.
What are the odds that Cooper Flagg is a better NBA player than Devin Booker?
I think that would be the odds. It would be worst case scenario for a guy like Flagg to have a career just like Booker's. That would be. I mean, Booker's had a good career, not a great one.
Okay,
but a good one.
He's been an All-NBA player.
Yeah, he's had a good career. Hadn't won a lot of games, but he's had a good individual career. I would think the Mavericks would be crazy to pass up that deal. I think if you look at what would be coming, and if you think you're as smart as you say you are, you'll have enough picks to draft appropriately. You'll have an offense once Kyrie gets healthy that, oh, my goodness. So it's one of those deals. If he hadn't been so crazy in the manufacture of the situation he got himself in, that he could listen. But now, this fandom, you can't trade this pick, dude.
Because when you have your two best players are both in their 30s. Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving are both in their 30s. When you traded away Luka, you adjusted your timeline to now.
You'd think.
So, and if you draft Cooper Flagg,
you've slowed things down.
Yes. But Devin Booker is a better player tomorrow than Cooper Flagg.
You would immediately be on the upper echelon of the West. The moment he showed up, and that's not even including the draft picks that are coming. But again, Nico, in his situation, can't make the deal. Now, if Nico was fired and another GM sat down and go, I'm going to erase the past. This is the team I got. How am I going to get better regardless of the moves I had? I don't see how you turn down any of these offers, not just this one. The ones I've seen from the Spurs, the ones I've seen from the Rockets. I don't see how you turn down any of them because this is a bird in the hand. You got all-stars coming.
B. Hannon says, what if Flagg is Chandler Parsons?
Well, it would be another collapse.
That's the worst-case scenario in my mind.
And there is always that risk. There always is. I can tell you this. He ain't Anthony Bennett. He ain't going to disappear.
No. He can play in the NBA.
Yes.
But Chandler Parsons, like him or not, could play in the NBA.
Yeah, for a minute, but he's not Flagg. But yeah, he's far better than that.
Okay, here's one. Dallas gets Donovan Mitchell. That sounds pretty good, right? 2031 first rounder, a 2028 first round swap, and a 2030 first round swap with the Lakers. Cleveland gets the number 1 pick. They get Javon Carter, Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, and P.J. Washington, Daniel Gafford. The Lakers get Jarrett Allen from the Cavs, and the Bulls get Dalton Knecht, Caleb Martin, and some second-round picks.
A lot of dudes that look and act the same. I don't know. There's a lot going on there.
But, okay, let's just put it in Dallas's perspective. You get Donovan Mitchell, a first-round pick, and 2 first-round swaps with the Lakers.
Which, no, I don't like this one. No.
Okay.
And there's too many. I need more. I need more on top. I don't want swaps.
Okay.
I want my pick and something else. I'm not swapping with you.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm just thinking Donovan Mitchell, Anthony Davis,
It would be
Kyrie
scary.
Irving. Dude,
I like the Devin Booker deal better. If they're both on the table, I would take the Booker deal.
You're also.
I'm dealing in the West. I'd be dealing with some other stuff. But
the wildest thing would be a hard reset for the Cavs, who would be building around Flagg, Mobley, and Garland instead of
I just don't imagine
Donovan Mitchell.
Maybe if this was this time next year and they just lost 2 straight like this, then maybe they dismantle. But I just no.
And here is the one involving the Spurs. The Spurs get the number 1 pick. The Mavericks get the number 2 pick, the number 14 pick, Atlanta's first rounder in 2027, and the return of swap rights to the Mavericks for the 2030 first rounder.
Which is just to clean up a mess that was made earlier. I don't know how you turn that down. I honestly don't.
If you're Dallas?
If you're Dallas, wow, you're 4 number 1s? If you're half-assed.
Well, technically it's 3 number 1s and a swap.
But you're getting one back that might, I don't know what that swap would entail. So 3 number 1s. And one of those being, and a number 2.
But one of them's also 14, which is about as bad as you can get for a lottery pick.
But still, it's a lottery pick. If you're as good as you say you are,
yeah,
then go do that. I don't know how you turn that down, but it's Cooper Flagg, and there's more guaranteed. Well, not guaranteed. There's more possibility of greatness from him than the other stuff. But again, the position he's in, he can't afford to make any deal other than ones that look like he utterly raped, stole. I mean, for him to make a deal that anybody would look at with any kind of comfort that it was the good deal. I mean, no matter what he does, he's going to be looked at as a trading fool. So he can't make a deal.
The Spurs would love to do this.
Oh my gosh!
The Spurs would probably add on to this if they had to. Like they would give more than 3 picks and a swap. I believe
for an unproven. I mean, if it was a proven dude if it was even somebody to the level of, I just can't imagine being in a situation other than Nico's and saying no to that.
But yeah, if you're Nico Harrison, and really, if you're anybody, if you're the Dallas Mavericks GM, I don't really care who you are, you can't give San Antonio Cooper Flagg when they already have Victor Wembanyama.
Yes, you'll be forever by the rest of the league looked at as the guy who did that.
You will say, why did you do this? Like, I mean, it doesn't make any. Why would you give that to a team that's in your division, that's your rival? Why would you help them? And there's no way to, and you can say, well, we got 5 first round or whatever. There is going to be no excuse that can be made for it.
Even though you'd be better for it. You would be better for it in the long run. Even if you're drafting 60%, even if you're hitting just barely over half, you've got 2 success stories to talk about.
It does say there's precedence to this. In 1993, when the Warriors sent 3 future firsts to Orlando to swap Penny Hardaway for number 1 pick Chris Webber, which
worked out both.
If you remember, Chris Webber was as big of a prospect as Cooper Flagg is. Like Chris Webber was looked at as like,
yes,
Chris Webber was going to be a Hall of Fame. Chris Webber is a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he was a man-child. We all knew it was coming, no doubt.
And Dylan Harper, there's a lot of similarities between him and Penny, quite frankly. As a big guard who can do a lot of things. Yeah, I see the similarities here. And it would – Dallas – that's the thing about Dallas is you have this number 1 pick. Besides that, you don't have anything else coming
for a while.
Yeah. And that's why I say the timeline is so important. And I know not having Kyrie this year kind of sucks, but at the end of the day, you get 1 year with Flagg to build him, and then you have to win immediately. That means Kyrie has to come back at 34 years old and be what he was last year.
And more help because you'll be it's a deal that 90% of the league would make on the first call. They really would. I know Cooper Flagg's got this massive ceiling, but you're talking about 4 or 5 number 1s and 2 or 3 of them in the top 5? Shoot. You just don't say no to that unless you're Nico. You can't. You just, it would be one of those situations where from that moment on, all people would look at is this working? Is this working? Is this working? And there's no way it could live up to it.
Let me ask you this. Roles are reversed. Spurs have the number 1 pick, and you get offered the 2nd, 14th, and a 1st next year. Do you take it?
If I'm looking up the street at Oklahoma City, I'm in no hurry.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm going to let them have their greatness for a couple years while I'm getting better. I look at the next 2-3 years as this is the Thunder's world, and I'm living in it.
But you agree bringing in De'Aaron Fox up your timeline, too.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to be absolutely competitive.
That was you saying, hey, we're ready to play.
We've taken one more step to the finality. But, yes, we're moving along. But I think we also have to be realists here. And, you have to play – you don't want to wish ill will or injury on anybody. But this looks like Oklahoma City for the next couple of years because, again, we talked about it yesterday. Their number 1 pick last year didn't even play it. And this was a lottery pick point guard that everybody thought, well, this is a surefire thing. Wait till he plays next to Shea.
Yeah. I also, I mean, the Spurs are in such a different world than the Mavericks from an age standpoint and a timeline standpoint. I don't know, man. Because the Spurs have one player of, to me, they have one player of value who's reaching the end of his career, and that's Harrison Barnes. That's on the downward side of things. And that's assuming Chris Paul's out of the picture here, obviously, which I believe he will be. Yeah. And if he's not, he's going to be playing a much reduced role. But, you can't – your timeline can't be driven by Harrison Barnes. Your timeline is driven by Victor Wembanyama, De'Aaron Fox, Steph Castle, and whoever you draft next or this month.
You're right. But and you don't look north to Dallas or Oklahoma City to say, well, they're so hot, let's temper the flame and cool it off a little bit. No, you put your head down, you go to work, and you get the team as good as you can, as fast as you can without sacrificing, and hope everything works out.
No matter how good the number 2 pick in the draft is next year, the Thunder are better than the Spurs next year.
Oh, no doubt.
They're still a couple years away from becoming this. So I think you're right. I think you play the long game, but man, it is it's appealing stuff.
I can't imagine turning it down. I really couldn't if I was Nico. Tough spot to be in.
Well, if he hadn't done what he's already done, it would be a lot easier. But I guess if he hadn't done that, he wouldn't have the number 1 pick anyway. So funny how those things work out. All right, 1 hour of programming to go. Morning Huddle 94.1, San Antonio's Sports Star.
You're listening to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. Because it probably can be.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
Do you disregard people's personal space? Sitting next to people in public, even if there are tons of open seats? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Store website for details.
Eczema flaring up again. We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So we had a huge new business pitch.
Attention, all hands on deck.
When, boom, our only printer was fried.
Up in smoke, like your chances of landing that account.
Well, I just sent the file to Staples. Devin, the print associate, was on it. She had it printed and bound same day.
So, where's the drama?
There wasn't any. Staples made it super easy.
Inconceivable. For the product, services, and experts you need, Staples.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app.
It's time. Time for the pro to get everything for the entire job, all from one partner. To get access to over 3 million products, including many products you won't find in our stores. It's time to get delivery on your schedule or next day on over 50,000 products. And time to get dedicated support on the job site or in our stores. From ordering to planning, we've got you. One partner, any job, all in. Ask about all we can now do at the Pro Desk. The Home Depot Pro, it's about time.
Missions fans, get ready for AARP $2 Tuesdays at Wolf Stadium, presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Enjoy $2 tickets, beer, hot dogs, and more. Tonight, first pitch at 7:05 p.m. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at samissions.com.
Hunger striking, snack time calling, it's crunch time. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds brings you the boldest protein-packed crunch you can't resist, with mouth-watering flavors like hot honey, sweet barbecue, and sea salt and cracked black pepper. Why settle for chips when you can level up your snacking game? Plus, they're low-carb, high-protein, and made for adventurous appetites. Score big flavor today. Grab Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds at H-E-B.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are working a couple of trouble spots along Loop 410, westbound San Pedro. That stalls in the right lane, and we've still got this debris in the roadway. 410 westbound Vance Jackson in various lanes. 1604 westbound from I-10 to 281, now a 25-minute ride. Eastbound 1604 Bandera Road over to I-10, 10-12 minutes. And on 410 southbound 35 to I-10 should take you about 10-12 minutes. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The UTSA Roadrunners know who and where they'll be playing in their first ever Super Regional. It'll take place June 6th through the 9th as they head to Jackie Robinson Stadium in Los Angeles to face off against UCLA in a best-of-3 series. In the Women's College World Series, the Texas Longhorns punched their ticket to the finals with a 2-0 win over that other orange team with a T, Tennessee. They'll face Texas Tech, who beat OU 3-2 with a walk-off in the bottom of the 7th. I'm Rob Thompson for 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowt.com.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Look at us, Rob.
3 hours in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I got the text. The Hoffman caravan is on the road.
Headed east, baby.
Headed down here, Bubba. Come on down. In the words of Rod Roddy, come on down.
His fancy glitter jacket.
How about this? Speaking of NBA trades, apparently there is mutual interest. Now, this is a report. Who knows? As soon as the NBA Finals are over, everyone is expecting to see if A, Giannis requests a trade, and B, who's trying to get him. Now, there's been a lot of talk about where Giannis might want to play. He might want to live in a no-income tax state. Hello, Florida, Texas.
Fine place.
He might want to stay in the Eastern Conference. because there's an easier path there. He might want to join a contender. A lot of things. Teams like the Spurs and Rockets have been mentioned the most. The Brooklyn Nets have been mentioned quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently one team that there is mutual interest with is the Toronto Raptors. This is surprising to me, but
Masai Ujiri, he's a GM that gets around. He's a dude that would make a deal like that.
it says here, now, Giannis is owed $54 million next year, so that's the start. He's under contract till 2027. You have to salary
him next year.
To match salary, you're going to have to be creative. And you have to assume, if you're the Raptors, Scotty Barnes is a non-starter. I would imagine.
That's the one untouchable dude.
Yes.
Yeah. But for Giannis,
yeah. I mean, but Scotty Barnes is their hope.
Yeah.
He's there. And if you trade Scotty Barnes away and you get Giannis, then what are you? You're just
the same thing.
You're the Bucks without Dame Lillard.
And didn't Toronto coach call Scotty the best player in the NBA at some point? Yeah, okay.
Or says he has the potential to be.
So, yeah, he's untouchable.
I would also I don't know if Brandon Ingram is going to be touched.
Pieces, parts for him.
But I think the guy that would be most likely to move would be R.J. Barrett. R.J. Barrett makes $27 million next year. That's a good start. In his first full season with the Raptors, Barrett averaged 21 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. The question is that enough to be the centerpiece?
No.
Probably not. But Toronto owns all of its future first-round picks and has the number 9 pick in this draft, which presumably would be included in any deal. The Raptors would also have to throw in some younger guys, maybe younger guys that they like, Grady Dick, Ochai Agbaji, and to make it financially work, you'll probably have to add Jakob Poeltl to that as well. That's a lot of players, but now you've got Barnes, Ingram, Emmanuel Quickley, and Giannis as your core. Now, depth's gone. But if you're going to trade for this guy, depth is probably going to go no matter what.
Okay, so I get the Toronto side. If you're Milwaukee, what's in it for me? What am I getting again?
You're going to, because Toronto owns all of their future firsts.
So I get all those back.
You'll get this year's, and you'll probably get 2 more first rounders out of this.
3, and then Grady Dick.
3 first rounders, Grady Dick, Ochai Agbaji, R.J. Barrett, and Jakob Poeltl.
We might have a deal.
We might have a deal,
we
right?
might have something to talk about.
I could see how this would be interesting to both teams.
Now, what's the benefit to Giannis going east and going to Canada? Personally, I mean, maybe that the lifestyle fits him. I don't know. The tax rate probably goes up a bit.
Well, remember, you are a foreign guy, which means going to play in Canada. I would imagine being an American is tougher to play in Canada than being Greek. I also think being in the Eastern Conference gives you a much easier path.
You know, it's the lay of the land.
You don't have to go through. Let's face it. The Celtics are in. I don't want to say shambles, but kind of in shambles.
For a year, they are. They're in purgatory.
Cleveland, all we keep reading about is who they're going to trade, which contract, who they trying to get away from to hit reset, which sounds crazy to me. But who else and we just saw. Are you scared of the Knicks? Do you think the Knicks are going to be? They're not getting better. We talked about it yesterday. If Jalen Brunson's your best guy, what you did this year is probably kind of your ceiling. I think the same thing about the Pacers. I don't know why you're not better than the Pacers if you do that deal.
I think it's a doable deal if Giannis has been coy about this. I mean, all we ever hear is sources.
Well, we're waiting for Giannis to say, and to his credit, he has not said, I want out of here. It's all us just assuming, why would he want to stay? Dame's out next year. The Bucks drained their pool to have Giannis and Dame Lillard on the same team, and now Dame's gone, and Giannis is looking around.
You assume
he's like the Fresh Prince looking around the empty house, who's here? I mean, so the assumption is he's going to want out. The question is, is it going to be a team who is knocking on the door already? Does Giannis want to go play for a team that's very close? Does he want to go play for? I don't know. Does he want to play for the Rockets? The Rockets were the 2 seed in the West this year. Now, obviously, if the Rockets made that deal, it would cost them a lot of the core that got them there. It would drain their depth, which was a strength for them.
Well, that's where he's going to run into it. If he wants to go to a contender, there's going to be some comeback. He's not going to be the contender that he thinks he's headed toward. But I think Toronto's a doable deal.
But if you're Giannis and you say, okay, I'm going to have Scotty Barnes, Brandon Ingram, and Emmanuel Quickly, like that's a pretty decent.
Yeah, it helps. I think at the end of the day, that's not enough.
Okay.
The more I think about it, I need more. This is Giannis. I'm handing you a 5-year window to win a title. That's what I'm handing you. So I better get something significant on the comeback. This is a much different deal than Dallas is dealing with.
But what it's very similar to is De'Aaron Fox saying, I want to get out of here.
Once he says he's got to go,
once he says you lose the leverage.
So I'm trying right now to do everything I can to talk him into, be comfortable in the year. I'm going to pay you you'll make more with me than you'll ever make, and you'll get to build the team in your image if you want to.
But I do think that once he says it, Milwaukee's going to have to go, what's the best deal we can get? And De'Aaron Fox, what the Spurs gave up for De'Aaron Fox is a joke.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they stole De'Aaron Fox from the Kings. You don't want that to happen. And at least with this deal, if you're getting R.J. Barrett, Grady Dick, Ochai Agbaji, and multiple first-round picks, you're not getting stolen from.
No, you're breaking even. But,
you're not going to get another Giannis back. You know that.
But once I lose Giannis,
it's hard to
now
find another
become
one.
Milwaukee.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And Milwaukee didn't traditionally get the Dame Lillards of the world to show up. So I got to make sure I get a boatload of ready talent and a fairly good boatload of you got to come to me talent and draft picks.
And the whole, I say this all the time about having one of the 5 best players in the world. Your goal should be to get one of the 5 best players in the world because you can't win a title without one. Giannis is one of them. So if you give, and that's why Nico Harrison's getting drugged through the mud because he let one of those guys go away.
Move those guys.
So if you let Giannis go, you have to understand it might be 10 years before you find another guy who's in that discussion even.
So I don't know what I'm saying to Giannis. I don't know what else you can do for him that they haven't already done, but I am looking in my prize closet to find something because once he's out the door, that's it, man.
Because there are a lot of teams out there, a lot of franchises that have gone 20 years without having a top 5 player on their team. When's the last time the Atlanta Hawks had a top 5 player in the league on their team?
Well, Trey kind of, but really it's Dominique.
But Trey was never a top 5
but I mean, that's
player.
As close as they've been.
Yeah.
Dominique.
The Detroit Pistons, when's the last time they had one?
When did Isaiah retire? We had others, Joe and Rip and Ben, but none of them top 5.
Yeah.
The league's different now. You got to have a stud.
It is hard to find those guys. And Milwaukee, when's the last time Milwaukee had one before they had Giannis?
Kareem.
I mean.
It was Kareem.
You might be.
Seriously, Ray Allen at his prime, maybe, but no.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it could. They didn't. And those guys are just there. It's almost impossible to get them. So when you have them, you do everything you can to hold on to them. But also, if they want out, you've got to get as much as you can in return.
As fast as possible before he gets mad.
Yep, you got to get as much as you can on the comeback from that. So I get it, but the fact that both teams are reported to have interest in this is certainly interesting because it's the first time that I've read anything that said the Bucks would also be interested in this.
Well, I would be too. It'd be hard to turn that down. I get some now, some later, and allows me to build the team in my image without having to worry about luring anybody in the door. I don't have to overpay for a free agent. I can draft appropriately, and I know I'm going to be bad for a year or two, so the picks will be good.
Yep. The news from yesterday after our program ended was that Jarris Walker, the Pacers forward, is going to miss at least Game 1 and Game 2 of the finals with an ankle injury, which makes me think the Pacers are considering the fact that he's probably not playing in these finals.
Yeah, I mean, he's a bit player who has a role, but I mean, that hurts, but it's not devastating. We're talking about 9th guy.
Yeah, but they said this was a guy who was 2 years ago a top 10 pick.
Yeah, and has some skill, but he's a 9th guy off the bench.
Yeah, he's not much of a scorer, but the Pacers do play a lot of guys.
Yeah, you're one less man down. This is not good news. It could be worse, but it ain't good news.
And he was likely, with his frame, he was likely one of the guys they were looking at to throw at Jalen Williams, because that's what Jalen Williams is a tough matchup, and especially for this Pacers team that doesn't, especially once you consider, okay, we've got to have probably Matherin mostly on Shea. Now what?
I think there'd be a lot of switching, but the thing that Jarris had was a little bit of length to defend the edge and a little bit of 5-foot mobility side to side to defend Williams, who can't put the ball on the floor. It's going to hurt. I mean, they got about 8 minutes they're going to have to account for from somebody else.
Yep. So, all right, let's hit a break. When we come back, we're going to look at some things going on outside the world of sports. It is the Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Looks like we've cleared that trouble spot on Highway 90 eastbound. The off-ramp to 35 has now reopened. Accident is cleared. Still have a stall at Loop 410 westbound San Pedro. That's taking up a right lane. A little bit of a delay from right around Airport. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line so we can check it out at 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores.
Bobby Bones here with some easy trivia. What does the Staples Easy button say? That was easy. Boom. I mean, that was easy. You knew that, right? And now you know to press it for prints, shipping, and even passport photos. Plus, next day delivery to over 98% of the U.S. I see you, Staples. That was easy.
Hi, I'm attorney Steve Benke. If you've made the decision to divorce, you need an experienced attorney who can help. I've helped many people get through divorce, custody, child support, and alimony problems. Call me. I'm attorney Steve Benke.
210-DIVORCE or go to BenkeLaw.com.
In a world parched for excitement, one drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea, it's made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Taste the adventure with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Nigel, why does our office look like a casino?
I call it employee engagement.
Folks, right now is the ideal time to hit the jackpot on comfort with Quarter Moon's Lucky 7's AC tune-up. It's just $77 for a complete 7-point inspection.
Excuse me, bossman. I've got a good feeling about that slot machine next to your desk. Joel, I couldn't get an advance on next week's check, could I?
Call Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC and Heating for your Lucky 7's AC tune-up. Just $77. 210-651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074EM16004.
The DQ Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Baskets have more flavor than your taste buds know what to do with. We start with all white meat, breaded, seasoned, and fried to crunchy perfection. Next, we double down and toss them in honey barbecue or new buffalo sauce. Serve them up with DQ fries, Texas toast, and house-made Hidden Valley Ranch, and you've got flavor on flavor on flavor. Get the Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket in honey barbecue or new buffalo right now at DQ. Happy tastes good. Participation may vary.
If you're in construction, it's time to mark your calendars. Purple Wave Auction is selling Valfair Construction's premium fleet on June 12th. Their transparent process lets you bid with confidence on late model Cat, Volvo, and John Deere equipment located near you. From haul trucks to excavators, they've got your needs covered. Use their Set Max Bid and Walk Away feature for stress-free bidding. This no reserve auction is a game changer for fleet upgrades. Start exploring at purplewave.com today. Purple Wave, where top tier equipment meets unmatched convenience.
You've probably heard of speed dating, but what if there was something similar for hiring, especially if you're running a growing business? There is Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You can post your job today and talk to interested qualified candidates tomorrow. Simply select a time and Zip Intro finds and schedules qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you'd like to connect with and meet great people through back-to-back video calls starting as soon as the next day. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
If
Your 55 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Make up your mind. Oh. What you know about this, Vic? Around the lake tonight. Around the lake tonight. In my side. Oh!
Have we given away tickets for these guys recently? I feel like we have.
I don't think so.
Maybe,
Well, I guess all these bands run together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe last year. I don't remember.
Was it last year?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Oh. Morning Huddle 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. Jose says trade Vassell, Keldon, the 14th pick, and future picks for Giannis.
That's the offer.
If you came to me, if I'm the Bucks and you came to me and you offered me any package of players and you were trying to keep the number 2 pick, I would tell you to piss off. Like, it's Giannis.
The second pick does not get to go.
You're not gonna get away out of this deal without giving up this. You'd either give up the second pick
And Castle.
or you'd give up Steph Castle at a minimum.
For Giannis, I'm asking for both,
I
brother.
would ask too. I don't know if you'd have to give both, but I'd certainly ask.
Oh, there'd be another number 1 in that. I'm telling you, Giannis is that expensive.
Yes.
We can't. San Antonio go, oh, yeah, we'll piece and part this. We'll give you Keldon and Devin, and you want some Mamu Chillisvili? You can have some of that. How about some Bassie? You want some of that stuff? And I got a couple of guards, too. You want a Malachi Brenham?
Yeah.
I got one of those, too.
You want the rights to Jeremy Sohan?
Dude, no.
You want you want the rights to the Flasher?
Yeah, I'll throw in a Primo.
Yeah.
And a jock strap, so, you can make sure things are covered up. No, they want how much you got. I want your Giannis. How much you got?
Yeah. You ain't getting out of this on the cheap.
So before we move on, that's what bothers me about Spurs fan, because everybody talk a good game until we see the offer and we go, wait a minute. This thing's costs a lot.
Yeah.
You're going to have to overpay for them.
Yes.
So we all want to make a deal until somebody says, all right, I'll make you a deal.
Yeah.
I'll make you a deal. It's going to cost everything you love.
Yeah.
How's that? Everything you love is what I want. Nothing less.
Or you can keep all that stuff and you just give us Wemby.
Everything you love.
Right.
That's where the bidding starts.
Right. Do you have any children? Yeah. You got to.
No,
I'm not asking firstborn. I want your second.
Yeah, I want the good-looking one.
Yeah.
I want the good one.
All right. Let's take a look at what's going on outside of sports. Haley Joel Osment. He sees drunk people, and he's going to see them at least 3 times a week going forward. Haley Joel Osment's required to attend 3 AA meetings per week for the next 6 months after being arrested and booked on charges of public intoxication and possession of a controlled substance back in April.
So he went child star.
He did. Not only that, but he had to apologize for using racial slurs against a police officer while being arrested.
Dude. What happened to that young boy?
Dude.
Things just went the wrong direction, man. Can you imagine him? That little dude throwing around racial epithets?
It was a anti-Semitic slur.
What? Oh, my God.
Who does he look like? Look at him. This right here.
Oh, I've seen him. He's got a beard. I saw him in a series not long ago. Like, dude, you have you discovered carbohydrates, I see.
Yeah. You're a great big fat person.
Give yourself the potato chip bag.
That's right. And I think he's still about the same height he was when he was a child star. I think he's about 5'4".
You know, you're a cop. You pull this over, and he's screaming all kinds of crap. I would beat the. All right. I don't know what happened to Haley, but he got a black eye.
Yeah. So he's going to be doing some AA time.
Good for him.
You'll never believe who is complaining about all the sequels that are being done in Hollywood. I'm tired of all these sequels. Do something original. Quit doing these franchises. Who do you think's complaining about that? What Hollywood star could you imagine?
I hope it's not Tom Cruise.
How about Clint Eastwood?
Well,
Clint Eastwood, star of Magnum Force, The Enforcer, Sudden Impact, The Deadpool, For a Few Dollars More, Good, Bad, the Ugly. He hates sequels and series. Like do something original. Dude, that's what you made your living on. Like, what are you talking about here?
You mean all the gunfighter movies? Like
yeah.
Josie Wales and Good, Bad, and the Ugly. And
well, those were all Good, the Bad, and the Ugly was a sequel to For a Few Dollars More. Like, that's the way it...
But that was 100 years ago. He doesn't remember that
far
back.
Oh, well...
He doesn't remember that.
He's also complaining about, I guess they did an AI Clint Eastwood.
See, I would be upset, too.
And he doesn't like that.
No,
I don't like... AI me.
I mean, that's not me, and that is me. All at the same. I don't understand.
Even remember Every Which Way But Loose
with the monkey.
Yeah, with the orangutan.
Oh, I like that.
That was
with
Jerry.
I couldn't remember the name.
Now that was original.
Yeah.
That
no
was original.
sequels to that one, sadly.
Now,
there was a sequel. It was Every Which Way You, and then Any Which Way You Can.
Right.
Yes.
So there was a sequel.
And his name was what? Philo Beto.
Now he's complaining because he had an interview, allegedly had an interview over the weekend, and with an Austrian newspaper, and he came out and said, I never gave an interview to an Austrian publication called Courier or any other writer in recent weeks, and the interview is entirely phony. He had said he turned 95 over the weekend, said he'd been originally quoted as saying he was in pre-production on his own new movie, and he was against sequels and remakes. So maybe Clint didn't say it. AI Clint said it.
Evidently, we have an AI president. We had a robot replacement, so they're everywhere.
They are everywhere.
They have
They've
lizards
taken over
and robots.
pornography, lizards, and robots.
And only two of which I like.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say which two.
Gayle King, who is famous because she is Oprah's best friend. Okay. She said she still believes in love.
Good for her.
And she is, what a sucker. She says she is still looking for her own happily ever after. She's alert and available. And she said that she might be looking for someone a little bit younger than her. Now, she said, now here's the thing, though. This might not apply to me, but I think both of you would be in the pool.
Why?
She says, I want someone younger, but I don't want some so young I could have given birth to him.
How old is she?
She's 70.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I fit that window. I'm in the window of a.
You could have her.
I could.
Vic, you could probably have her.
I don't particularly enjoy her.
No?
No, she kind of gets on my nerves.
Yeah, but you get to go hang out with Oprah all the time. And Stedman.
That's a bonus?
Well, Oprah pays for everything,
well, my
Rob.
fear is I would become Stedman. I'd become
that's
that
your
dude.
fear?
Well, I
oh, my
wanna be
God.
that dude.
Stedman has the best life.
Trophy husband?
Stedman is like Dolly Parton's husband. It's like...
Yeah, but...
I guess Dolly Parton's hotter than Oprah.
Well, yeah.
But
I don't know. Everybody
still,
got their type. I just
I
don't
guess it
I'm
depends
not
on
a
where she's
trophy.
at on her Weight Watchers. I'll be, yeah. You lock me up in your trophy case, and you bring me out when you want. You want to take me on the red carpet? All right.
Put on your good suit, sir.
Fine by me.
I come completely snipped.
Just buy me the... That's right.
I am relatively disease-free.
Yeah.
I
and
would
completely unable to breed.
I would reverse my vasectomy if I started getting with Oprah. I'd put a bun in Oprah's oven.
Oh boy,
you wouldn't believe it.
the great grandkids are set for life.
Oh my gosh, Oprah would be like, "What? You told me you were snipped?" And I say, "Oh, something must have happened. It's a miracle."
You managed to impregnate Oprah. We got a whole other world opening up for you.
Oh my gosh,
something's gonna have to be bronzed.
Oh, I'd build the new arena downtown.
I think you could.
Oh yeah.
By the way, I drove by there yesterday. By the site, the alleged site. That building's almost gone.
Yeah, that's for they're doing some remediation.
It is a like it's almost like they've decided.
They've decided
if they're not going to put an NBA arena there. They're putting something.
What are we gonna do now?
Because there's no walls. It's
hilarious.
Coming down.
No, you can't knock it. Oh, we got asbestos. We're gonna have to remediate this before we tear the building down, which will involve us tearing the building down so we can remediate it, so we can tear the building down. So pay no attention to what's going on.
Don't
here.
worry, the building's still there. Still there. A man is suing Disney World after he allegedly suffered a catastrophic injury while riding down a water slide. Eugene Strickland filed the lawsuit, and it includes Disney. He's requesting more than $50,000 and is accusing the theme park of negligence. Strickland was visiting the Blizzard Beach Water Park back in July of 2021 when he chose to ride the downhill Double Dipper water slide.
His mistake.
Now,
how old is this person?
Does it say? It doesn't say how old he is, but it gives another number on him.
Okay.
He weighs 334 pounds. And plaintiff lawyers note the American Society for Testing and Materials recommends no one over 300 pounds participate in single rider water slides.
I've been told that many times.
Strickland used an inner tube to go down the slide and became momentarily airborne as a result of the ride's exhilarating speeds, resulting on Disney's inner tube becoming forcibly, suddenly, and unexpectedly dislodged from underneath the plaintiff's body.
Yikes.
Causing him to land with force onto the hard plastic surface of the slide, sustaining permanent catastrophic injuries as a result.
Well, duh.
Now, that's the thing. Like, you're like, okay, ride this tube down the slide.
But hold on to it.
Yeah, you've got to hold on. Like, if you let go of the tube.
So
some tubes I've used had handles. That you
what are they supposed to do? Like, strap your body to it? Like, what do you want me to do here?
It's slippery.
I think they're supposed to tell him you shouldn't get on this ride.
I think so too.
If you're this wide, you cannot ride.
You're this wide.
Are you a great big frat person?
You cannot ride.
You can't ride. You can't ride this
We're gonna have
ride.
to slick you up in baby oil.
Yeah, good luck.
Put the inner tube in the basket. You can't ride this ride, big boy. You cannot ride this ride. All right. Finally, a man is suing his ex-girlfriend. He should have seen this coming, buddy. Lawrence Campbell, he's a Canadian, 51st state loser.
Our hat.
He is filing a lawsuit against Crystal McKay, as well as the Western Canada Lottery Corporation and Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries. He claimed that he purchased a lotto ticket on January 19th, 2024. At the time, he and McKay were in a loyal, committed, and promising relationship. He handed her the ticket for safekeeping as he had lost his wallet. He forgot about the purchase until he found the ticket on the floor at a friend's house days later.
Oh, no.
Campbell scanned the ticket's barcode on his phone, and that's when he found out that he'd won. He couldn't believe it. He'd won the jackpot. The couple called friends and family to share the news before heading to a nearby Shoppers Mart where a video recorded verifying their win of 5 million Canadian dollars.
Which is like 75 cents down here.
Yes. Okay. According to the lawsuit, someone at the Western Canada Lottery Corporation told the couple that Campbell would not be eligible to collect the winnings because he didn't have a valid government-issued ID. You don't have your ID, you can't, I'm sorry, we can't give you 5 million doubloons.
I see that.
Okay, so the girlfriend
So
shows
he
up to
said,
help.
well, listen, we're in a committed relationship. This is our money. So, of course, she gets the money, and suddenly,
Disappeared.
she's gone.
Dude.
She says It was a birthday gift.
Gave you $5 million, did I?
She'd been asking me for 3 weeks to get a ticket, but I never went and got one. Then we drove by one. I was like, okay, I might as well get you one right now. And he then deposited the winnings into her account because he didn't have one. And in the days after the win, the lawsuit alleged that McKay didn't return to the hotel room that they were sharing. And he says, hey, you're not answering your cell phone. So he went out and visited a few known spots where she would hang out. And eventually he found her in bed with another man.
Already.
Uh-oh.
I'm fine with that. Give me my money.
And she said, hey, I think we should probably see other people. And then she stopped taking his calls and answers his messages, blocked him on social media, took out an order of protection against him. And now he is out $5 million.
Give me my money.
Oh.
That's why I'm claiming it, not my wife.
I would too. And in fact, I'd
Actually,
throw my wife's ID in the garbage disposal, and she'd be like,
"No,
I don't have my ID." I'd be like, "Don't worry, honey. I'll claim it for both of us."
Yeah. No, my wife does that sometimes. She goes, "Do you want me to buy a ticket on the way home?" Like, no. I'll go buy it.
I'll buy it with $1 with my name written on it.
Because I'm on the camera
Then,
buying it.
then I'm signing the back of it.
Yeah.
That's right. I don't want you stay away from my lottery ticket, my lotto ticket. Dude, that's so great. It is so great. What a dope. Yeah, what do you think was gonna happen, dude?
No. Especially that you're Canadian makes it worse.
Oh, God. Stop. The best part is I looked around at all her favorite haunts, and then when I found her, she was banging another dude. And lo and behold, she wants to stay with him. And I'm thinking, I'm a millionaire now. Why would she do that?
Wait.
Well, because you're not a millionaire, friend. She is.
Give me my money.
Yeah.
My money.
All right, let's hit our last break of the day, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the daily lines. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Oh, that's me. I'd like to talk about Rosti. Sorry there, Vic. I faded off into the distance. A good friend of mine over at Rosti, Dr. Jason Garrett, I had to get a chance to talk to him every week. One of the things I love when I talk to a Rosti, or to anybody with a Rosti, is they describe your body as a tent pole. The middle pole is your back. And anytime anything gets out of whack, that whole tent pole gets off, and before you know it, you're in pain. If you're dealing with something that's keeping you out of life, whether it be a simple strain or a sprain that you happened over the weekend or something that is long-term, a frozen shoulder or a bad hip, if you haven't gone and tried a Rosti, you really haven't tried to get out of pain. Because what they do works, and it works for a lot of people, and it works fast. Of the hundreds of thousands of patients across this United States who've been polled and asked, would you refer your friend or family to a Rosti provider? 97% say yes. There's no higher referral rate. There's no better way to say how well something works than a Rosti. They work with you fast. You don't need a referral. And they do things in a different way. It has nothing to do with surgery or some sort of long-term treatment plan. It's your body fixing itself. I'm living proof. I had lower back issues most of my adult life. A Rosti got me out of pain and taught me how to stay out of pain. I want that for you. They're all around San Antonio. To find the closest provider, go to their website, Rosti.com. They've got a great map. I bet there's one less than 10 minutes from where you are now. You never need a referral, and they accept most insurances. What are you waiting on? Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Call a Rosti today. They're going to take care of you. And when they do, come on by. You can thank me later.
If you missed the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you missed this.
You're at the stadium. Right below us over yonder, there's a sign where you can buy mystery bowls.
I want to see what the hell they are, though.
You know, we're not talking about some morning show cat, I can tell you that, but those were a mystery to Mr. Hoffman.
The cat's balls?
I don't know if that was a mystery or an infatuation.
Yeah, I think it was an infatuation.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Have you ever closed your eyes and pictured owning a piece of the Texas coast? Ocean views, world-class fishing off of Matagorda Bay? Well, dream no more. This Saturday, June 7th, Driftwood Shores at Wolf Point is dropping the final release of these incredible coastal properties. We're talking 1 to 3 acre properties, all with ocean access for just $49.9. You heard correctly, $49.9. This gated community has a waterfront resort-style pool and cabana, your own boat slip and launch, even boat and RV storage, plus paved roads and underground utilities. It's the whole shebang. It's all happening this Saturday, June 7th. 1 to 3 acres with ocean access, just $49.9. Yes, just $49.9. Call now for your private tour. at 210-853-0389. Excellent financing. Don't wait another minute. Call 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389. Texas coastal land has never been this affordable.
There's a reason Intuitive Services Group handles our janitorial needs here at 94.1. They're local and serious about cleanliness. From nightly cleaning to detailed floor care, they deliver. We trust them, and you can too. Call Mo at 830-470-3007. That's 830-470-3007.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on home insurance by checking Allstate first.
Hold it.
Like you know to check the assembly instructions first.
Hold it.
Before building the bookcase.
And done. Whew. You can let go.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Potential savings vary. Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/radio, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit. HIMS.com/RADIO.
Eczema flaring up again. We have good news. Exoderm. If you or someone you love suffers from eczema or dermatitis, get Exoderm, the common sense answer for eczema. This stuff really does work. Exoderm contains the #1 doctor-recommended ingredient in a clean hypoallergenic cream with no harsh additives. Take back control of your eczema with affordable, fast-acting Exoderm Flare Control Cream. Exoderm. It's in the first aid aisle of your local Walmart, H-E-B, and other fine stores.
This is Jason Minix. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind?
Yeah.
I do too, Vic.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, I do feel that way all the time. All right. Morning Huddle 94.1. Every day at the end of the program, we take a look at what's going on in Vegas and hope that we can make some money by betting. Well, not in Texas, we don't bet, but we think about betting.
Yeah, what we could have
We think about what could be if we lived in a state where sports betting was allowed. And then sometimes we drive to Oklahoma or Louisiana and we make a wager. And that's why we take a look at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Rob mentioned it earlier in the program. The consensus line for the Thunder Pacers is now OKC minus 9.5. Yesterday it was 9. It had been 9 basically since the open. Some money, including some of my money, coming in on OKC. I would imagine, I can't picture Pacers money coming. Maybe if it gets to 10, I could see some pushback. But I'm guessing I'm guessing this game goes off Thursday at 9.5 or 10.
I bet it moves to 10. I really.
It might.
It's at 9.5 now.
Yeah,
It'll
it might
come back, but I think there'll be a 10 line somewhere.
Total is 231. I'm so torn because I don't think the Pacers are going to score. They might score 105 points, something like that.
Oh,
if
they're
on
better.
a good day.
No, they're capable of more than that.
So you think the Knicks or the Thunder are going to score 125 or something?
I think the Thunder. I think they're both going to score a lot. I think there's going to be an attempt just to get the ball out there moving, shots up.
So 231, you like that?
I like the number.
Okay. NHL tomorrow. Oilers still minus 130 in game 1. Panthers plus 110 for the series. Oilers minus 120. Panthers even money. This was minus 110 both ways, so some Oilers money coming in. Oilers money.
Man, that sounds
I'm a little hesitant.
Yeah, it feels they're chasing.
I'm a little hesitant there. Panthers have been so good, but you know what? The Oilers dispatched the Knights. They were supposed to lose to them. They were supposed to lose to the Stars. They keep on winning.
Mm-hmm.
But the Panthers have just looked so dominant. It's hard to go against them. Major League Baseball today. A couple strikeout pitchers going. Astros send Lance McCullers Jr. to the mound to take on the Pirates' Paul Skeens. This is a big number. Pirates minus 165.
Okay.
Against the Astros.
Skeens is a blow. Skeens throws some strikes, man.
And he loses almost every – well, the Pirates lose almost every start that he has because they can't score.
It's not his fault, though.
How about yesterday? We lit a fire under the ass of the Colorado Rockies.
Well, did you hear that? Okay, they win. But
You're
did you hear
welcome,
why?
boys.
Did you hear why?
Yeah.
You have to, after 8 straight losses, they are 4-0.
Never lost. Never lost.
After 8, 4-0.
But they have to lose 8 first.
Yeah,
you have to.
they'll lose 8 in a row again.
It's not easy.
It ain't easy. But now that they're hell, if they win tomorrow, you're talking about maybe a win streak. If they win today, you're talking about a possible win streak on the horizon.
That's not gonna. Don't get crazy.
Chase Dolander goes for the Rockies today, trying to make it 2 in a row for Colorado.
Not get crazy.
They're on the road, taking on the Miami Marlins. I understand that the Rockies are terrible. I do. I get it. Sandy Alcantara is pitching for the Marlins today. He is 2-7 with an 8.47 ERA this season. And the Marlins are minus 180 favorites. I think the Rockies might win their second consecutive game today.
No way.
I think they might. Plus 150. I might back the Colorado Rockies. 8.47? Come on, man.
Well, how many wins they got this year?
The Marlins?
The
Rockies? 10. Yeah.
They just got one yesterday.
You got to win 11 sometime, right?
Got to ride this wave, baby. They're hotter than fish grease.
Hey,
Go for it.
When you get, what's after 10? 11.
One louder.
Yeah.
That's right. You know who the second worst team in the National League is?
The White Sox.
The Miami Marlins.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. So you're saying
there's a chance.
There's a chance.
You got a chance.
So you're saying
I'm feeling
there's
good
a
about
chance.
you. Feeling good.
All right. Elsewhere in Major League Baseball, the Chicago Cubs are at the Nationals. Cade Horton going for the Cubbies. Trevor Williams for the Nats. Cubs minus 155 on the road. Tanner Bybee goes for the Guardians. They're at the Yanks. Carlos Rodon going for New York. New York minus 205. Christopher Sanchez pitching for the Phillies today in Toronto. Blue Jays send Bowden Francis to the hill. Phillies minus 140 favorites. Angels at the Red Sox. You say Kikuchi. I say Kakachi. Anyway, he's pitching for the Angels. Brian Bello going for the Red Sox. Red Sox minus 135 favorites. Freddie Peralta, Frederick, as his mom calls him when she's angry with him, goes for the Brewers today. They're in Cincinnati to take on the Reds. Hunter Green going for the Reds. Oh, it's like a New Mexico enchilada plate.
Play.
The Reds minus 130. Zach Gallen going for the D-backs. They're in Atlanta taking on the Braves with Spencer Strider on the hill. Braves minus 140. Tyler Molly going for the Rangers. They're in Tampa. Well, no, they're in – where are they even playing? Where's that Yankee Stadium at?
It's outside of Tampa. Outside of Tampa.
Okay. They're in the Tampa area taking on – well, I guess they normally play their games in St. Pete anyway. They're a fake Tampa Ray team anyway. Drew Rasmussen going for the fake Rays. They are minus 140. The Tigers are at Chicago. Remember when I was saying Shane Smith was the one bright spot in the White Sox rotation? Well, that stopped. Yeah. The White Sox just suck all the way through now. Tigers minus 160 on the road against the White Sox. Michael Lorenzen goes for the Royals. They're taking on the Cardinals. Andre Payante going for the Redbirds. They're minus 150. Tomoyuki Sugano goes for the Orioles. They are in Seattle to take on George Kirby, Big Slim, and the Mariners. Mariners minus 140. The Padres, Ryan Bergert, made-up person. They are in San Francisco to take on Landon Roop and the Giants. Giants minus 160. The Twins are at the A's. Pablo Lopez going for Minnesota. They are minus 200. And Clayton Kershaw hosting the Mets. The Dodgers minus 140. Tyler McGill going for the Mets. Yeah, the Dodgers finally lost a game
to a team from New York.
But not. Well, we'll see if the Mets can keep that rolling with Tyler McGill on the hill. In the French Open, played in France. We're down to the final 8. I guess we're about to be down to the final 7 because Lorenzo Musetti and Francis Tiafoe,
American,
are in the middle of things right now. They're tied at, Musetti won the first set, and Tiafoe leads the second set. The live number right now is Musetti minus 900, though, so things not looking good for USA. Tommy Paul goes against Carlos Alcaraz. That's Jake Paul and Logan Paul's youngest brother.
The best athlete of the group.
Yeah, the best athlete in the group. But Carlos Alcaraz is a minus 1,200 favorite over him. Yannick Sinner, who everyone seems to think has the best chance of beating him, certainly has a good chance of beating Alexander Bublik.
Sinner versus Bublik?
Bublik Sinner matchup. Oh. If I beat Bublik, am I a sinner? You would be today. Or at least the odds say you would be. Minus 5,000 on Sinner today. And Alexander Zverev takes on Novak Djokovic.
What?
Pick 'em. Minus 110 both ways.
Novak won a match?
He won again.
All right. Come on, old man.
He's in the
Let's
final
get
8.
one.
He's looking for it. He's looking to get a piece of that Bublik.
Let's get some.
He would get some Bublik action tomorrow or next week 2 days if he wins. Or Sinner. I don't know if Joker might not be looking for Sinner.
Well,
but Joker and Bublik would be a good matchup.
Old man Djokovic.
That's right, Bubba.
That is right. This is he inoculated? Is he vaxxed to the hilt?
I don't believe so.
Well,
I think he refuses. And on the ladies' side, hey ladies, Madison Keys and Coco Gauff.
Well, one of them's going to fault. I don't know how they're going to end up losing.
Coco Gauff minus 200. There's people starting to believe. Mira Andreeva, made-up person, but she's minus 800 against Lois Boyson. And Ariana Sabalenka.
Mm-hmm.
Arena Sabalenka. I always say Ariana. It's Arena. Arena Sabalenka and Iga Swiatek. Pick 'em, baby. You pick the one you want, you got it.
I like Iga Swiatek in this.
You like her? You're a Swiatek guy?
Down.
So there you go. And also, oh, no, they don't have them up yet. I was trying to see who's the guy that Verstappen ran off the course last week.
George Russell.
Okay. Who do you think the favorite is to win the F1 race next week in Canada?
It's either going to be Verstappen or Lando.
No, they are second and third in the odds. The favorite, Oscar Piastri.
Oscar Piastri, Piastri. He's having a season.
Is he that sounds like a Oscar Mayer pastrami. It's like a lunch meat.
I think he's
name.
Spanish.
Really? George Russell is 16-1. If you think he comes back angry, he's going to come out angry.
Piastri is actually Australian.
Oi!
Driving for Team McLaren.
Oi!
The McLaren team's fast this year.
Damn fast. Well, good for them. And college Baseball. Oh, you're saying, what are the chances? What are the chances? Meep. UT San Antonio against UCLA. Series price. UCLA minus 180. UTSA plus 145.
Oh, well.
That's not bad.
It could be worse.
There are far longer odds in some of these matchups. North Carolina's a minus 330 favorite against Arizona. LSU's a minus 400 favorite against West Virginia. Country Roads take me home. And Duke is a minus 380 favorite against Murray State. Murray, who knocked off no, was it Murray? Murray did not knock off them. It was Wright State knocked off Vanderbilt, right? Auburn plays Coastal Carolina. So you've got some lopsided series prices. UTSA plus 145. That's a live dog, friend. You're alive.
Get some, baby. Get some.
In the words of Eddie Vedder. I'm still alive.
That's what he said.
There you go. There's your look at the daily lines, friends. There you go. Rob, we've made it. It's another show in the books.
1 down, 3 more to go.
Oh, I forgot to give you the lady basketball lines. Fever minus 4.5. No one cares. Caitlin's not playing. You see how I don't even think about the lady basketball when Caitlin's out? Lynx minus 12.5 hosting the Mercury. And the Dallas Wings take on the Storm of Seattle. Storm minus 10.5.
Is Paige playing?
I have no idea.
Paige Bucket.
No, I don't think so. I think she's in the concussion protocol.
Oh, that's what I heard.
She's concussy.
Took a shot to the melon.
Yep. So Paige is out. Caitlin's out. Lady basketball's out. Lady basketball's out right now, like bell-bottom jeans. We'll be back tomorrow. We're out for now. Jason and Joe, they're always out. They'll be here at 2 o'clock today.
Riding the work with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle, KTFM Floresville.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to Hims.com/joy. HIMS.com/JOY.
Summer's here, and you can now get almost anything you need delivered with Uber Eats. What do we mean by almost? You can't get a well-groomed lawn delivered, but you can get chicken parmesan delivered. Sunshine? No. Some wine? Yes. Get almost anything delivered with Uber Eats. Order now. Alcohol in select markets. See app for details.
Ready to order?
Yes. We're earning unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with a Capital One Saver card, so let's just get one of everything.
Everything?
Fire everything. The Capital One Saver card is at table 27, and they're earning unlimited 3% cash back.
Yes, Chef! This is so nice.
Had a feeling you'd want 3% cash back on dessert.
Ooh, tiramisu.
Earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment with the Capital One Saver card. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is the story of the One. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Missions fans, get ready for AARP $2 Tuesdays at Wolf Stadium, presented by San Antonio Sports Star. Enjoy $2 tickets, beer, hot dogs, and more. Tonight, first pitch at 7:05 p.m. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at samissions.com.
The Home Depot has fast, free delivery on the perfect gift to help Dad do more this Father's Day. Because Dad is more than just a dad. He's groundskeeper of the yard, the perfecter of the patio, and the cleaner of the clippings. Power Dad's doing with Ryobi cordless outdoor power tools from the Home Depot, like the Ryobi 40-volt string trimmer kit for $159. For everything Dad is, find the perfect gift at the Home Depot. Subject to availability, see homedepot.com/delivery for more details.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ. That's JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
I've always gotten tons of UTIs. Cranberry products never worked for me, and I was desperate for a way to be proactive. I'm Jenna Ryan, CEO and founder of Eucora. We've worked with doctors to develop effective urinary tract health products. Eucora is helping over 100,000 women stay healthy